We are amazing. Way to go, everyone. You either can't wait to come to Vegas now or you don't want to because you'll be part of the moving crew. I'm not sure. But I'm really proud of us for doing a sweat lodge and no one passed out. Anyways, it is the Barrels weekend and we have Christine Comlench with us today from round one. Hello, Christine.
OG, OG.
OG, OG. Christine, do you remember the Barrels weekend?
I do.
Notes to inspire for them or amazing memory? What do you want to share?
Um, Nose to inspire. Oh my gosh, soak it all in. This is the last weekend, and at the time, we didn't even know if Ella was going to continue. So we're like, this is it. We'll never see each other again.
Which is not
And
true.
I know, so not true.
But they did treat it like it was the end of an era, like a funeral.
We
Uh,
totally did.
we don't have as many tears now, Christine, because of we now know it doesn't end. So soak it all in is your advice.
Yes, and tears of joy will probably come upon you, maybe by Sunday, if not today. So
Yeah.
go through all the emotions. Reflect back. Oh my gosh, how long has your practice changed? How far has your practice changed? How have you changed from,
Oh, we're
month
gonna do
one,
that in just a
weekend one?
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we're excited you're here. Were you part of what weekend one with us at all, or no?
No, Cadillac.
Cadillac. Okay, so you can't see how far they've come from weekend one, but this morning Heather was able to do that, which is really fun. So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna do some mat. Anyone who wants to move can move. I need you to be on camera. If you're moving and off camera, myself included, and Christine will go off camera for this. If you are not moving, just for this mat part, and you can all come back on camera again. So go ahead and if you are, I'm really happy Melissa's resting. I know I got some people in this house who are eating. Amy and Ann, I think you're the only ones who can move. Oh, yep. Or Carrie can. So just take your phones with you. We have a third mat here. It's nice and thick, but go ahead. We're just doing mat. So and then Sue, I know a bunch of you are already lying down. You actually do have to start standing up if you can. All right, go to your mat. Mhm. Okay, my mat people, here we go. No one's going on this beautiful blue mat here? Okay. All right. There's a camera on it already, Amy, if you just want to. Brad can fix it later. All right. So start at the top of your mat, layer one arm over the other, lower down and go into the 100. You're going to do a full 100. It's not a one rep, Sarah. It's not a one rep. Hey, guys, I know you're anxious to get started. Me too. It's a full 100 and then a three rep of everything. And we're not in a rush. I know we started a little late, but we will end a little late. Everything we're going to get through. Oh, your phone's right there. I just turned the camera off. After your full 100, three roll-ups. And then if you do the rollover, three in each direction. If you don't do the rollover, you'll just repeat your roll-ups. Terry, that looked good. After your roll-ups and your rollovers, three circles in each direction. And then you'll go into your rolling like a ball three and your ab series three. So we're not in a race. You are going at your pace. Some of you are practicing maybe going a little faster, and some of you are practicing going a little slower, but you're finding each rep getting better and better. And that double leg stretch, a lot of you need to lift up to take your arms back. Like there's something on the ceiling you're reaching for. Yeah, Kristen, that's better. I like it. And that single straight leg stretch is a lot of times it gets a little fitnessy. So find the reach. Shannon, put your hands down on the mat for this one. For spine. Yeah, there you go. And see if you can use the mat to lift your ribs up instead of back. So then three spine stretch forwards, open leg rocker, corkscrew. There, next time, work those elbows wider on your crisscross. Kristen, elbows wider. Yeah, go Sue. That was good. Amy, you're so close to holding those toes. All right, corkscrew, saw, swan, your version of swan. Left hip down, Vero. Yeah, a little heavier on that right hip. Yes. So your version of swan, and then a counter stretch, then single leg and double leg kick, then a thigh stretch. Use a dowel for your thigh stretch if you have one. Much better eyes, everyone, on these single leg kicks. You're actually looking ahead. I love it. feet down, Sue. Double leg kicks. You guys got to get those feet down. The feet only get to hover if you're getting the most length in your lower back, and they're like a barely hover, not a high hover. It's not the swan. So counter stretch. Oh, Amy, can you do that again? You were sitting backwards. Yeah, that was better. You gotta trust yourself on the way up. You start to lose it on the way up. So you sat down back there. You feel it? Do one more and try it again. So maybe you don't get to go that last half an inch. Up, up, up. There. There it is. Yeah. So after your thigh stretch, you have your neck pulls, your high scissors, high bicycle. Shannon, I bet you could take that leg lower when you're kicking. You're strong. I want a stretch of your hip flexor. So try to touch the mat. Shannon, do it again on each side and be more obsessed with the down than the up. So I want to stretch your hips. Narrow your knees off. Yep. And then work the down. Straight leg, but just work the down. Yeah. 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 You're strong enough to touch the floor. There we go. Mm-hmm. Sarah, high scissors, the feet never look over your face. You shouldn't see them. Start the legs up to the ceiling. Get them up to the ceiling, both of them. And then one leg goes away from you. Just one leg. Nope. Away, the opposite direction. Yes, and then back up to the ceiling. And then switch, but you're only moving the one leg. Yeah, so the other leg is just going straight up. There is your scissors. That's the scissors. That looks so strong. Way to go. Bicycle away from yourself. Yep, stay away from yourself. So you're coming over your face way too much. You got to touch the mat, babe. You got to touch the mat. You're strong. Go for it. Yes, keep going. Touch the mat. Go, Sarah, go. Go, Sarah, go. Faster for you a little bit here. This is where you can use that speed you like. Touch the mat, though. Touch the mat. Touch the mat. Yeah. There we go. Yes, you almost touched it. Oh, you're so close. After shoulder bridge, you have your spine twist and you have your jackknife. If we were doing a quiz, we now know where we're at on this. Vero, you don't have to be on that elbow tip. You can slide it down. Yeah, and yeah, yeah, and like use your waist to lift up. You can hug the armpit in. Yeah. If you've got a moon box, use it. Kristen has to work extra hard not to fall off her Cadillac. So does Vero. After your spine twist, it's jackknife teaser hip circles. Dude, this teaser is getting so good. Sarah, find the circles from your center and not your pelvis. Your pelvis is moving a little bit more than I want. Oh, yeah, Kristen. Way to go. Hold it up there. Yeah. Amy can get a little lower on her side too. Yeah. Hips lower on that one next time, Vero. Stand and micro bend your elbows and feel your upper back. Yes. And now reach your leg longer. Oh, I like what you're working here, Kristen. After teaser hip circles, you have a swimming and your leg pulls. Carrie, that's gotten longer too. Shannon, work the back of the bicycle more than the front so you're not moving around so much. Yeah. After your leg pulls, it's kneeling side kicks. You do not have to do the bicycles if you're just going to quad out. So you can actually hold that leg still, Sue, hold the level of the hip, and just picture yourself doing the bicycle. Point that foot and hold that, since that leg keeps dropping, just hold it up and just think about the bicycle. Picture each one, and then switch sides. Yeah. Nice, Carrie. Do you feel like you're in your calves there? Okay. Kristen, same thing. You don't have to do the bicycles right now. You can just hold that leg there and picture it. Straight leg up, hold it higher because you want the bicycles to be the level of the hip. Yeah. Sarah, it's just one back and forth switch. Lift a leg, back, forward, switch. Back, forward, switch. And then when you lift the leg, your hip doesn't get to lift. So it should feel like swimming in the front of the hips. Amy has to kick her leg longer, not higher, longer. Yes. Someday you can go higher if it's from that muscle. Yeah. And then Shannon, take the teaser out of your boomerang. Just go back, switch, and then arms reach behind you. Yes. Keep reaching and going forward. There you go. That's it. And then they go down. Exactly. Real easy. And carry that arm in front. You don't have to do. It's just over and down, over and down. Um, you're all over the place. So kneeling side kicks, side bend. Then it's boomerang, seal, crab. After crab, it's rocking, control balance. If you want to do the crab into a headstand, you can. Please don't fall off any equipment. Head down, barrel, head down, barrel, head down. There, stand in your legs more than your shoulder, please. More hip, more legs. I lost. Who did I lose? Sue, we lost you, babe. There you go. After rocking is control balance and push-ups. And as people finish, we can all come back on camera in a sec. Sarah, it's not the soles of the feet together. It's the inner foot. Yeah, there you go. Carrie, can you do elbows back versus wide? Oh, I like where you're at, Shannon. This looks better than when you're on your caddy with your fists. I like it. Woo. That was amazing, Sarah. Close. Sarah, let's do that. Let's do that headstand again. Let's do it again. Because I want to see the crab. So you should be in crab with the cross leg. Yep, go. Yeah, so find your crab first. Then from crab, you go up. Yes. And then when you come down, you recross the legs and you pull the crab in. Yeah, now if you want to do your fancy transition, you can, but it's all about like showing that you can find crab again. Every exercise always has to finish before you transition. Point those feet, Sarah. It's very fast for Amy. Yeah, that was like 21 minutes. Yeah, maybe 20. Way to go. That was faster for a lot of you. hmm Amazing job. Okay, so here's what I want everyone to do. I know not everyone moved, but I want, like Christine had asked earlier, like, oh, it's you should reflect, right? I want you guys to take a second and just write down, like, actually, this, close your eyes. Close your eyes. So, end of January, we were all together for the mat weekend, and you all like had your own experience. Maybe you watched the morning group first or not, who knows? But think back to that mat weekend. And I want you to just think about how much you have changed, gotten stronger, what you can celebrate. So just want you to picture that and then write a little love note to yourself. What has gone well? What are you celebrating? What are you grateful for that you've done? We're only in August, but you just guys did a full mat in 20 minutes. And on that mat weekend, it took us 45 to get through it if we were lucky. Take your time. Give yourself a couple minutes to reflect. All right. Who wants to share? Go ahead, Carrie.
In the first weekend, one thing that you identified was like, Carrie, you need to trust yourself. And that was a big thing. As soon as you said that, I was like, oh, I know. Like, I know I don't trust myself. I've had injuries and I was treating myself very cautiously. Through this program, it gave me back the freedom to move my body, that it can move and move well. With that, it's helped me to build up my strength. It's helped me just to have more confidence in my own practice as well.
That's so good. I got to teach Carrie yesterday. Thanks, Melissa. And sorry that you're sick, but we're the replacement. And you're so much stronger than when we started, you know? And and connecting one exercise to the next, and I can see some of the perfection leave and it's really been amazing. And I can tell you've been practicing. So just keep going. It's really, really great. And I think that's one of the best things I could hear that this has given you is that ability to trust yourself and have confidence in your movement. Yeah. Anyone else? Go ahead, Darrow.
I thought about how before I was so caught up in my head and like over analyzing every little movement and not allowing myself to flow. And I feel like now I'm just finding just such a like more just like smooth transitions and movement and just allowing myself to flow a lot more. I'm allowing myself to find moments of joy every time I practice, like just little sparks that, in your head of like, oh, dang, I nailed that piece or whatever. It's just something to celebrate, right? And then I feel like I've gotten so much braver at trying challenging exercise and just allowing them to be in progress, allowing them to be ugly and messy and just that's okay. Like it'll just come in time.
Yeah, it's been so fun. I've also seen your body from years ago. I remember you first invited me to your studio and you're like, I can't do these exercises. And I was just like, I just don't see how you can't do that. And you can, all of them. It's so great. It's so great. Anyone else?
I just want to
Yeah.
actually like tack on to Barrow's comment because I completely agree. I was thinking the same thing when she's talking about the flow that you're trying to feel, through knowing the order and through I had not captured that before this. And so I've really been appreciating that. And this is probably the first time where I'm like just watching everybody instead of actually participating in the movement, which I was really kind of appreciating and enjoying because I feel like I could see this beginning to end kind of whole view where I'm just like, wow, everybody is like, I see that happening, and everybody's kind of movement. It's really beautiful. So, yeah.
I love that. I think it's fun, Melissa. You get to have a different perspective, you know? And what I know from your most recent set with Vero is like you've gotten really good at feeling things in your body when watching. And so you might not get to move this weekend. We'll see how your body's feeling. But I think it's so important that you're resting and also that you can, even though you can't do this today, I bet you can feel it in your body today, you know? Yeah. And did you want to share something?
Okay. So I noticed that I feel so much more of a connection in my body that I didn't feel before that first mat week. I think I was all over and hadn't done a lot of mat. And it's been fun just because he's been my partner, how we've kind of just evolved and felt more confident, even though we have similar issues and things, we can do it more than we were able to. And I think it's fun to just see ourselves getting stronger and knowing where we're going.
You guys have gotten so much stronger. You both have. I got to teach Anne yesterday, and we had a great celebration with your extension, And so it's just a matter of like, she came in with some curiosity and some questions about some exercises, and we just explored it. And I think that's one of the best things we can give ourselves instead of going, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. It's like, well, what am I wanting to explore? And what would get me there? What do I need to get there? And if you don't have the answer, that's okay. You don't have to have the answer by September, right? Just by September, you just get to know all the exercises, right? Afterwards, it's like some exercises are going to take years for it to be in your body. And then when it is, you get to ask questions about it again, right? And until then, you get to see who in my group can do it. What are they feeling? How can I get to know them more? So, yeah, so great. Anyone else? Yeah, Laura.
So that first weekend, I was like so nervous, disconnected, and like overthinking everything. And like but I can feel the progress in my body, even though like the exercises still aren't perfect, and some of them like I'm still not doing. Like I can totally see the progress. And like I'm so sad that it's coming to an end.
Well, just the every 6 weeks of seeing each other is coming to a pause. But that's what the retreats are for. That's what we get. Like, that's why I made them an annual thing. The business retreats we do are non-annual. Those are uniquely different and not necessary for that. But I think having a set time each year to be amongst people who went through a similar experience is so important. Um, because it feels like you get to have a little homecoming, and then you go back and you do stuff. And then, yes, I know it would be so fun to every 6 or 7 weeks to see each other, but we would get annoyed with how many times we're seeing each other. There's weddings, there's vacations, you guys also might have a teacher training. Like there's so many things. And so just it's not coming to an end. It's just that you guys are coming to the next series, which is instead of having to learn more, you get to integrate always, right? Instead of like just taking in more and more, you get to have integration. And one of my breathwork teachers said, information without integration is constipation. And I think a lot of Pilates instructors just like go from one training to the next training to the next training to the next training. And then it's overwhelming. You have more imposter syndrome than you ever had because you're now confused and you never took the time to just like let it percolate, let it evolve. It's like bamboo. It takes a long time for that stuff to get going. And then it does, and it's unstoppable. So this is just your like little bamboo seedling season, and it's going to be unstoppable. All right. Anyone else before we move on to the next little fun part? Okay. Yeah, Christine.
Um, Somebody in the first group said something similar, but who was it? I forget. Anywho, I just remember coming in the program at the beginning, feeling like I've been teaching a long time, but there were holes in my teaching that I was
Mm.
like little Swiss cheese holes. I was like these little holes, and all these. I've done a bunch of trainings and with amazing people, but there were still these little holes, and I just love that. I feel like I'm ending this. We're not done, but we're in the program. I feel like the holes have been filled in, and I feel like a really solid. And I feel like I could call myself a solid classical teacher at this point, confidently. And I feel like the method is not just something I know in my head, but now I know it in my body, and I feel like
Mm.
flying now. And it is it's made me more excited about diving more into the classical even further versus like we were doing in the first group and looking at the threads of everything versus, ooh, what variation am I going to do today to entertain my clients? So it's been really fun to just fill in the holes, and I feel like this program
Hmm.
did what I was looking for a couple of years, really trying to find these little missing pieces. So thank you, Leslie. This program has been amazing. Thank you.
Thanks. I'm
Yeah,
so glad it's so good.
it's okay. And I had the
I'm
best
really proud
partner.
of
Laura's
you.
the best.
Do.
Keep seeing you, Laura.
Laura
I'm
is the best.
seeing you, so it's not over because we're gonna keep seeing each other.
She's saying you're the best, and you guys are still married. after this. You know what? So here's the deal. People really do, like Heather was the helper this morning. She and her partner meet every single week. Every single week they meet. Sometimes they don't work out, sometimes they just catch up, but they meet every single week. And there is a group of women who meets every single Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific time. They don't even know each other from their groups. They're just a bunch of different groups that get together every single Wednesday at 8 a.m. and they do a workout. And then Heather from this group, from the morning helper, once a month I put in an exercise in the alumni Slack where I'm like, okay, here's an like it's just exercise people have sent me that they always have questions on. It's like, okay, here's what I think someone should have in their practice. Here's what like all these it's just and I just write it down. And then they get together each week, a bunch of them who just want to, and they work on the threads and then they do it for the whole month and they see what happens. And so, why I'm sharing this with you now is that I think it's really important that you guys don't feel like this is the end of something. This is just part of the next step. And a lot of the connections you're going to make are going to come from just practicing. And to what Christine was saying, I remember teaching in a high-end fitness studio where I could be a classical teacher, and some of the most amazing classical teachers in LA worked at that space. And I remember still thinking, what's a variation of coordination I can do for this client? What's a variation of, oh, we could do little beats. Oh, we could add this little jump board thing in. And ever since I got to experience okay, just going, no, just keep doing, just go. And I remember it pissed me off, guys. I was just like, you know, and I am obsessed because I don't have to get creative in the variations. I can get curious in the issue and the thing. And I get to just like life is already full of uncertainty, as we've experienced with me in the last 2 weeks. I don't need more uncertainty. I love that Contrology has a certainty to it that if I just keep showing up, I return to life. I love that. I love that. Okay, so with that, it's time to dive into some barrels. Um, so Christine,
Hello, can I just add one more thing?
sure, and then
Everyone else is sharing.
I need a nickname for you because we got two Christines, and I don't want to say your last name the whole time.
Um, Someone had, I think one of my clients had asked me while I was in eLevate program, because I had told all of my clients, like, I'm in this new program and I want to practice the things I'm learning with all of you. And someone had asked me, like, my previous training was classical, and someone had said, like, Christine, so like what is it about this program that you must do? And I said, okay, so think of classical Pilates as this box. I'm in the box and I'm going to all the little corners of every single thing around this box, and I'm just going in here and in the box and just looking, exploring all the pieces. I wasn't looking to go outside. I just wanted to stay in my box, but I wanted to get every little inch.
I think some people go out of the box before they've explored all the parts of a box. I
Okay.
think you're right. Yeah, I think you know what I mean. I think people just go. They just go out of the box because they haven't. They didn't see that there was all these corners. So I think you did. I think you're right. I interviewed. You made me think of this interview I did. This and this woman. She said the most creative stuff comes from knowing where the boundaries are.
Hmm.
Right? You have to know your boundaries. If you don't know your boundaries, actually, some people will just do whatever they want. Some people won't even, the way she described it, and I can't think of her name right now, but she's the author of Joy of Missing Out. Tanya Dalton. There it is. That's the podcast episode. And she said some people, if they don't know what the box is, they won't leave the wall because they're like, I don't know where the street is, so I'm gonna be right here. So then they just never leave tabletop beginner because they don't know. Some people are like, oh, I can do whatever I want. Then they start doing something bizarro and calling it Pilates, right? And what you're saying to me is like, we have this wonderful box. And that for some people, they're like, who are on the outside go, oh, look at those barriers. But because you all have all this information, now you know, oh, this person needs to be on the swing. Hold on, this is over here. Like you know all the parts. So I love that, Christine. I'm gonna call you OG Christine. That's your nickname.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks. Okay, OG Christine, I need you to spotlight my mat angle.
Matt angle. Okay.
And okay, so we're gonna review some barrels, and I already saw some. We have some unique barrels. All right. We got some unique barrels in the group, so that's really fun. We'll get to look at those in a second. But today we've got a few barrels to look at. Carrie's cute barrel. It's so cute. And I don't think you guys can see the ladder barrel on the screen yet, huh? Okay. All right, let's just, no, it's just gonna, we're just gonna hope for the best. Is it on the screen?
Everything but the rungs.
Okay, we don't need the rungs right now, just the hum. Okay. Okay. So these barrels, um, they're really fun once you realize that they're actually all supposed to be the same hump. And that's not what even my classical experience was. In my classical experience, there was the spine corrector, there was a small barrel, and there was a ladder barrel. And it was just like, this is the big guy, this is a little smaller, and this is a lot smaller. But when Contrology got into Jay's stuff, um, and also Karen Frischman was being worked on, I had talked with Ken and I had said, "Oh, I bet you," because the problem is that Ken felt like he had the specs. And Jay had said that his spine corrector did not feel like Joe's, even though it was 40 years old. He already was like, there's something different about this one. And he said, Eve, bless you, Eve Gentry had the barrels. And so when I told Ken, I said, oh, I think I know who has the barrels. I think it's Kevin Bowen. And get this. Oh, I didn't tell the AM group this. Well, too bad if they're not watching. You hope you are. Um, so I'm in Cambodia. This is probably it wasn't the year you were there. It's probably 3 years ago. It was the first Cambodia trip after COVID. And this woman was like, she's a Pilates instructor who'd retired to Cambodia and she wanted to have coffee with me. And you know, when you're just like, okay, just because we're Pilates teachers in Cambodia doesn't mean we need to be friends. But Siem Reap is really small and I'm the only redhead. So I really can't just be like, oh yeah, like you're gonna see me. And when you come to Cambodia, like Laura did, you'll realize like it's so small. You see the same people. So, anyways, I said, sure, you can meet me for coffee. She's been teaching for 30 years, and she is a good friend of Kevin Bowen's. And I said, wait a minute, you're a good friend with Kevin Bowen? She's like, yeah, I teach Kevin stuff from Eve around the world. And I was like, stop it right now. Kevin, does he have Eve's spine corrector? And she's like, I think he does. So then she gave me his email. I emailed him and Ken Indelman directly. And I said, hey guys, I think you should talk about this spine corrector. And Kevin's like, oh, I loaned it to Pilates Design and I haven't heard back from them in years. So I know. So then we had to So then Kevin Bowen was like, I want you to have it because I see what you're doing and I want you to figure this out, but they don't want to tell Pilates Designs why they want it back. So, so then it became this really fun, like, hey, when can I pick up this barrel? And Kevin didn't live in New York. So then someone else had to go pick up the barrel and then take it somewhere else where then that somewhere else could be Balance Body who took it. So that because it couldn't be a balance like if they couldn't go Pilates Design ship. Anyways, how crazy is that? So that's how we got this. And yeah, so it's as close as you can get to, like as close as you can get, with what was the last of what Joe did. Um, and so that you can see that this baby barrel really is like as close to being, it's like the same, right? It's the same. And then we have our ladder barrel. Now they're just bigger. So depending on how you use them, you're getting more or less extension, right? Harry's is from Peak, and I really do appreciate this cute size one for people who actually like we know Carrie actually is tight. So these bigger ones, which I hope she gets on, are great, but for building her back, this could be really good. But also, this is really great for people who have any neck or back issues. You can kind of use the barrel without it putting them in too much extension. So you'll see a lot of people use that. This is also really helpful for when we get to it, putting the hips on to practice overhead exercises because these are higher. So it's like really helpful, but this is a little lower. So it's just a little bit of help without being too much, right? So I really appreciate that. You'll see that these also have side handles. Okay, so whenever you have this side handle, you actually want to lay, when you're doing the leg series, you want your hips to be that direction so that you can grab the side handle. So it's like these. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything? Oh, then they have the C shaper. Not a classical piece, but it was the only contemporary piece in Jay's studio because if these teach the extension, this teaches the flexion because this is just the opposite. All right, so that's why I put it in the barrels deck as well, because to me, it's just another barrel. I guess it could have gone in accessories, but it's as expensive as a barrel, so you may as well put it there. Um, before we move on, are there any questions on the barrels? So this is called the queen side, but as you may have heard this morning, I might change it to like the high priestess, and then this is the empress. We might just get rid of the king. But really we call it like this is like the prince, the baby, and then this is the queen, and this is a king. And a lot of people think, oh, it's easier to do the side. It's easier is the wrong way to think about it. It might be the better, more accessible option for them or the best fit. So, OG Christine, I forget how tall you are. Are you 4'11"?
I'm 5 feet.
She's 5 feet. I think that keeps changing, Christine.
Due to Pilates.
Due to Pilates, yeah. So, if I only had this barrel, I didn't have these, then someone who's 4'11", I would put on this side for sure. Like it would just be a thing. But the other Christine, who's hyper mobile, all the flexibility, I would have thought like, oh, king side is so good for her. But because of this shape and her height of her torso, it's actually like when she sets herself up, her head is here. And we want to get for arms, I'm talking about arms first. We want to get you want to get the shoulders on the apex, okay? So, so honestly, the queen side is better for her just based on the length of her torso. But we can put her butt inside the step and make it a bigger back bend. Which, yeah. Oh, uh, OG Christine, can you spotlight someone's arc? Whoever has a foam arc. Yeah, yeah. No, let's put it on. And then is it on there? Does anyone have one?
Does
No one has
anyone
a
have
foam.
one? I don't think so.
I bet you Kristen does. Kristen's at a CP.
Oh, okay. Kristen, where are you? Oh, there you
And
are.
Vera.
Okay.
Yeah, Vera has one. Yeah?
Pharaoh.
Does Vera have one? Yeah. Okay. All right. So, um, is it on the screen? Yeah. Okay, thanks. So okay, you can see that one side has a step and a high hump, and the other side is like a low slope, like a almost it's like a boat ramp. It's not it's not there's no curve to it, okay? So I don't know why this was created, and that doesn't mean that it's bad. It's like whoever for whatever contemporary purpose, it has a reason. I took a class on it one time. Oh my God, we were doing push-ups and some crazy, there's like a bunch of balance stuff. Like there are reasons it exists for those two things. But if you're trying to do classical work on it, ladies, take the step off. Take the step off, and then you'll see that there's the straight line and then the hump, and then there's the steep side. If this is a barrel you're working with, you will always use the steep side for arms and legs. And the reason is that slant, and OG Christine remembers this because Sue Nash had it. The slant almost just puts them in a tall back and then their head in extension. Really
Mm-hmm.
hard to get their back at extension. But if you use that step side where you take the step off, now I have pretty similar to like it's between these two. So it's pretty good. Okay. So why do they do that? I don't know. I don't teach I don't teach I don't teach it. But yeah, I don't know. So unclear. I'm sure someone has a good reason for it, but if you are doing this work, I would just take the step off. You'll be more satisfied with it. Mhm. Does anybody have, I know, hmm? Oh, okay. Who has a question? Go ahead. Kristen, go ahead and unmute, babe.
Oh, I was just wondering if the C shaper is classical.
No, the C shaper is not classical. It was just the
Okay.
only piece of contemporary equipment Jay let in the studio because it's the exact opposite of this barrel. It's like if we took this ladder barrel off and let you sit inside it. So that it's to teach the longest round shape. And fun fact, the person who invented the C shaper went onto my YouTube channel of my original C shaper YouTube videos that are really, really old. And I don't know, he or she was like, whoa, I did not create it for that, but I love what you're doing with it. They created it for like pregnant people. But if anyone's been pregnant in this room or online, I don't know that this is what you want. I'm going to be really honest. It just feels, I think the wedge is better. But yeah, no, it's contemporary. It's contemporary and it's hand sewn. That is why it's $700. Hand sewn. Cannot be machine made. Um, anyone else with questions? I cannot see you, so you will just have to unmute, or if you type it in the chat, OG Christine will read it out to me.
That C shaper, Leslie, I have one and I never use it with pregnant clients. Ever.
Yeah, no,
Ever. It sits there and
no.
gets dressed on it. But now I'll use it for flexion. So
You're gonna have so much fun with that reflection. That's why people sell it, by the way. They bought it for maternity and then their clients hate it, and that's why you can get them for and did you get yours and or Sue? Someone got it for $40. And did and got a C shaper for $40.
No.
I got mine from an old teacher for $50.
Yeah,
50
you guys, I'm telling you, the C shaper is one of the pieces you can either buy it new, or if you're patient, someone doesn't know what to sell it for, and you can get a deal. Okay. Okay. So I know I saw Shannon had a couple different barrels. OG Christine, do you see what kind of barrels she has?
Shannon. Let me add her as a spotlight.
What do they look like? Or Shannon, you can tell me what they are.
One is a Clara barrel.
Oh, the foam one?
Mhm.
The foam Clara?
Yep.
Okay. And the other one?
That's just a balance body
Okay. The
and an East
foam?
Coast barrel. And then
Yeah.
I have a small one.
Oh,
Um,
perfect.
so then I have two of these.
So the foam Clara barrel, I don't hate. It's a little steeper in the step, so you may want to play with that versus the East Coast barrel is pretty
Mm.
good. If the does it have wood on the sides or no?
No,
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 okay, that's
it's final.
perfect. And then so anyone who has the wood on the sides, there are some where the wood stops, and I forget who had it in the morning and it was stopped on the side. That's fine. But when you see the wood lip come up, I would not buy that used. Just let that one go because that wood lip is higher. It gets in the way of, the usage. So perfect. Okay. So we're gonna dive in to some moves. I'm gonna need some people to work out. So So here at this house, I have two stations. So I'll have one here and one there. Um, so OG Christine, do we have another camera in the other room? We don't. So whoever goes in the other room needs to take a camera. Um, so we're gonna do arm series first. And so I need, um, go ahead and Laura, do you want to use a small barrel or the spine corrector? Why don't you use the queen side? And then it looks like Amy's going in the other room. So Amy, why don't you start with oh, Amy, take this small barrel. Laura's bringing it. Okay. So there's a queen. So Laura, if you want, you can actually try to do the king side. That is, let's so let's do the queen side for you. And then Amy, you can play, babe. You can set yourself up so that your shoulders are at the apex, or because you're bendy, you could go all the way over. Okay. All right. So Laura, how's that feel in your neck? I know you're not touching it. What if you put your tailbone off there a little bit? Yeah. Okay. Do you feel like you're choking? Okay, great. So I'm not going to give Laura a pillow because she's not choking and her head is touching. So even if you're like, oh, it looks tight, let's see how it goes. So hold on to your weights, ladies. Lift your arms up to the ceiling. All right. Inhale your arms overhead and exhale, circle your arms around. And we're going to remove the radius in your arms. So your arms do not flip from the radius, they circle in the shoulders, which means the circle might be smaller. Laura, the goal someday would be to get some of that light away. So those lower ribs to bend. Yes. Pull those low, as your arms go overhead, low ribs have to come down. And then you'll go the other direction. So these are not the biggest circles they can make. In fact, they're trying to keep, so their palms are up to the ceiling when they go overhead, but then they try to get them as quickly as possible facing down. Hmm. And they only go as low with the circles as they can maintain their shoulders wide. They're not straining their neck. So it's inhale overhead, exhale circle. And then when they feel even, start with the arms to the ceiling. Inhale, one arm overhead, one arm down by your hips. Exhale, lift the arms back to the ceiling. Inhale, reach. Exhale. So it's not fast, it's going with the breath. So this part here is the goal, to touch the barrel. Not yet. It's not happening today, but that's what I want. Okay. All right. Palms face in. Inhale, open. Exhale, stay open. Inhale, lift the arms up. The elbows cross, they layer. Exhale, pull your head back. Do you feel that stretch? Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, stay open. Inhale, lift the arms up. Different elbow on top this time. And so you kind of bent a little early, a little too much anticipation. Inhale, open. Exhale, stay open. Inhale, lift up. Elbow over elbow and reach. And when I'm with them, I like to give them one or two of these, and then they can do it themselves. Yeah. Carrie asked if I would tilt Laura's pelvis. These bones could come here. Yes, but that's not going to help. So because this has to come down. Once this comes down, I think she could pull that. But she asked, will it ever? It will. It will. it's you have to, you know what? You just have to keep I know you've been doing it. You just have to keep doing it, right? Okay. Now they sit up. They take their hands to their head. They sit up. They grab a dowel and then they go back over because sometimes they can get more, right? Sometimes they can get further back. Their body has released. Their brain understands what they're doing. Inhale, the arms go overhead. Stay inhaling as you reach and pulse. One, two. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up. So we know Laura has a hard time with her thoracic spine, like to be more round, and her shoulders are getting stronger. So after this, I'm going to make them switch places because I want to see her on a small barrel. Yeah. And then, but Joe or and Jay would do this, and it would feel like he was like pulling. But then I watched him one day, and it's just like two fingers. And you have to know the breath, right? So take that overhead exhale. But like, so you don't want to pull and they're starting to exhale. So I have to see that she's inhaling, she's still inhaling. And then, yeah, okay. So then they can put the dowel to the side, grab their own head and roll up. Their neck is relaxed. So ladies, switch places. Yeah, that would be great. Thanks so much. And then Amy, can you do the king side? Do you think? Can we see? Yeah. And then Laura, let's see if you get more of your back on there without it being weird in your lower back. So Amy, get all the way up against it. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. So Amy's legs have to work down. Yep, arms up. Just do two in each direction with the circle. See how it feels. That's fine. Yeah, it's a bigger back bend for you. So her circles are smaller, but her back looks longer. Like maybe Amy should be on the queen side, but I think that her think she's too bendy for the small barrel. Do you see that? And then Laura looks like she's having the time of her life. Laura, this is your swan. It's the best. So remember, it's inhale, open, exhale up. It's so easy just to start to like I'm swimming. Use the breath. So I said this morning, I will say it again. Joe hated people coming in after work. They were so stressed out. They drove him crazy. So he would put them on the spine corrector or the foot corrector. Spine corrector is a breathing exercise. So it forces them to breathe and get in their body. Oh, and then remember, inhale, open, exhale, stay open. Inhale, when you close, the elbows must cross before you bend. Some people start to like do the hug on the reformer, they're already bent. Get those straight arms, then bend. And then you can go too far. So you have to. Mhm. Laura's ribs were more splayed on the spine corrector, and so these look better. But Laura, do you feel like you have more low ribs on this barrel? Okay, be careful because we've done a lot with your thoracic, so please be kind. So yes, Sally, they're definitely splay, but we're not going to unsplay them anytime soon. Grab the bar. Don't go anywhere. You get to do the bar one. Yeah, hold the bar wide. So with Laura for that splayed situation, part of it is how her lungs just are. Part of it is going to be that the more we get her shoulders on her back, the more access we'll have to those abs. And also we can use the C shaper, right? But I would if I saw that her low ribs on the backside also looked like they weren't touching the barrel, I would be concerned, but they look better than on the spine corrector because we couldn't even get her low ribs to touch the other side. So she was kind of just like, it's almost like she was on a ledge, where her back is meeting the barrel. So I like this for her. Just hanging? Yeah. Do you feel like you're dying? Yeah. So you mean it wasn't touching the barrel? Yeah, you're fine. Joe would never give you a pillow. He he would never give you a pillow because the pillow just props the neck up in that position, right? So now if she had a neck condition, I might put a little towel there or something or a tiny little pillow. But I always like, but usually as they relax, their head gets closer and closer to the barrel. Did you feel that? Yeah. Yeah. I know. I know. We're gonna have a whole new Laura. Okay. Anyone at home want to do some barrels? I'd like to see you. So go ahead. We can unspotlight these people. Anyone who wants to do the arm series, this is the time. I want to see it. Any questions? It'd be good to ask them now. Yeah, Vero.
So I don't have 1 pound weights here. I have 2 pound. Would it be worth doing it with the weights or no?
You can do them. Just be careful. Two is heavy and I don't want you to hang off your back. So yeah, just your
Okay.
circles might be smaller than they would be on a one.
Okay.
Hmm.
Leslie, question.
Yeah.
Is there any, so, I'm just thinking of bringing this to clients. Um, Obviously we're working from our center. Obviously we're breathing. Is there anything other than that that you would particularly cue? Like, because a lot of clients have a hard time getting their shoulders on their back. So would you be cueing them anything in particular about connecting to their wide shoulders, or is there anything you would bring in that, or just let them move and breathe?
Honestly, their shoulders, if they're not wide in this position already, nothing you can say is going to do it. But when you get to the dowel, holding a wide dowel will help. I think it reveals what their shoulders are actually doing. So, I don't cue a lot of things. First, I just make sure they're doing the exercise motion correctly. Then I add the breath. And then I just see with like, as we do a few reps, what do we get? Like we can see Anne is way off this barrel. Good job, babe. I like your setup. I think you can slide Anne just a little bit towards the end of the mat where the strap is, just a little bit. Because you are past the apex. Yeah, shoulders at the apex for you. So if Anne was more flexible, she can go over, but she's not. So apex is where she's at. And Anne, I know, can do this without a pillow. She just lets her neck hang. Shannon, this actually looks fine on your back if it feels good on your shoulders. I think the king side is good for you. So go ahead, do your circles, do your up and down. Hold on, Kristen. I think you have the wrong side underneath your back. Is that the side the step attaches to? Put the side the step attaches to. Yeah, turn it. There you go. Yeah, you were just in a straight line. Yeah. Oh, Kristen, this is a big back bend. You can slide your butt a little bit away. Tiny bit. Yeah. No W's. And you get to slow your arms down, babe. Inhale, open. Exhale, stay open. Inhale, close. Exhale, stay closed. All of you who only have 2 pounds, you're going to go online and you're going to buy 1 pound. 1 pound. Carrie, I think you're closing a little soon. Get those elbows to cross. Yeah. So the arm going overhead, do you see how it's like, swimming? The arm going down, chest expansion. So it's helping. If you struggle with swimming, this is going to be a great way to teach your arms to pull you into a back bend. Make sure you sit up after you do the weights to grab the dowel and then go back. It's always good to go back and see if it's a little easier. See if you can get more of your back on that barrel. Sue, do you think you can reach your tailbone towards your knees a little bit? Can we get not necessarily sliding down, but just like a little curl, like a little tuck? Yeah. You know, do you feel what I mean? Like it just looked like the lower back was not in a yummy spot. Yeah. Questions on this series? Any more questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Um, it's about uh I guess just knowing for in your house, like how do you know what side and what height to give to
Hmm.
people, if that
Yeah.
makes sense?
No, it's a great question. So I err on like the spine correctors where I'm going to go, right? If they are funds, no one gets in a barrel with me without showing me their mat or the reformer. Like that's just like even if I'm only going to teach someone one time in their life, no one gets on a barrel without me seeing them move because it helps me kind of understand like are they a tight body? Do they overwork their shoulders? Because if they're 5 foot, I might be assuming small barrel. But if they're really flexible, I might put them on the queen side, right? If they're more intermediate, advanced, might be more queen side. If they're if they're tighter, I'm probably always going to start with the small barrel because I have it. If you don't have a small barrel, you just go queen side for people who are tight and short, king side for flexible and long. Kind of how it goes, right? If you're super flexible and long, you can do the king side. But if so, I'm always assuming I'm going to take people to the spine corrector first, and then I'm based on what I see or their height, I'm thinking small barrel. But to confuse you more, Kristen, sometimes I go on the small barrel. I'm going to go in the other. Oh, I can't because I'll be too far away. Um, Amy, do you mind? Can you go on the small barrel and be a flexi body? And instead of lining up with the apex, can you go like head to the mat? Yeah. So for me, Kristen, sometimes because my thoracic's a little tight, it's actually a better challenge for me on the smaller barrel to go like that. Oh, gee, Christine, can you spotlight Amy over on that pink mat, please? And there we go. Do you see how she's like completely one with the barrel? But when Anne did it, Amy, do you remember where Anne was? Like if you could slide out. Anne was there. Do you see all that space? Right? So this barrel can do both. So it kind of depends on what do I want, right? So the goal is everyone has their shoulders at the apex. Shannon and Christine, they both have the mobility, and thank you, Amy. They both have the mobility in their back to be on the king side. But the one thing I saw with Shannon is like her shoulders are not quite on the apex, right? And so I might actually have Shannon. Do you have that pretty brown one again? Can you put it up on the Cadillac for me one more time? I want to see you drape a little further upside down on the queen side. So she can do the king side. So it's more of like sometimes you just have to play. It's like Goldilocks. So if I put her on hips and she can actually even put her hips like into the crease. Yeah, yeah. And then she could do it on that side. Do you see how now her thoracic's in a big extension and she's still connected to her legs? So I was a little too low, Shannon, with the circle. You want to not flip the palms. So just take them overhead, lift her arms up. And then when you circle them, you're trying to get the hands to face down as soon as possible. So you can't probably see me. Here, let me add my spotlight. So instead of, oh, just turn my camera off. What happened?
We
There we go.
lost your audio for a minute.
Oh, okay. So instead of instead of circling and the palms face up the whole time, Shannon, the arms go overhead. And then as I open them to the side, they're face down. So your palms should be facing the ceiling and then face down. Yes, but less low. You're going too low. Palms face up. Yeah. You stay in your back. Uh-huh. But don't turn your hands to face each other anymore. They're just up and then they're down. And then they're up. Yeah. There you go. So I kind of like her on that side of the barrel, more than on the king side, but she can play with both. Yeah. Cool. All right.
Is it, can I ask a follow-up question?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Is it based on your back extension where you would go?
Yeah. If you don't have a lot of back extension, the shoulders need to be on the apex, and then you might need to be on a smaller side of an arc. So, like either the queen side, which is smaller than the king side, or the small barrel. If you're super flexible, you can be anywhere, it just has to be the longest extension. One second. Okay. Yeah.
For the shoulders on the apex or going over, like, is there a point that we can take them too far over? How would we know that?
Yeah, I think you could go too far over. The only way I would say it's too far over is if they start to shorten their spine. So for example, I said, so when I have a very bendy back. Oh gee, Christine, go ahead and spotlight this blue mat, please. So I like, oh my gosh, I could become the barrel, right? Oh, I live at home in this barrel. And when this barrel arrived at my house, it's like a year, yes, I don't know how long it was, Memphis Memorial Year, whenever it released, it was at my house, the first one that was sent. And Jay was like, every week, he's like, it's like you're becoming the barrel. And it's what it felt like. But, and I know you guys can see a little bit of this barrel. Tuesday, because of all my travels, I went over this barrel and it's not happening today, but my low ribs here were off. It was like I was like this, right? And so that's too far for me because I got short versus I can become the shape of the barrel, right? So too far over would just mean like, did we lose the long extensions, right? Now, if they're like Laura right now or Anne, we're not going to go too far over because they can't. Even at like where their place is, we might have to work the back. So it's your flexi bodies you have to watch out for because they can go further. Yeah. Is that helpful, Kristen? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Vero.
I think you might have mentioned this and I might have missed it, but you were saying something along the lines of like before you ever have anyone on the barrel. So can you go back to saying like how you, yeah,
I'm
I missed that
assuming
whole part.
everyone's going on the spine corrector. Just assume.
Okay.
Like if you're only going to have one barrel, the spine corrector is the barrel.
Okay.
The only reason to have another barrel is like I have different bodies coming in, or I have the money and I have the space. But I'm always assuming the spine corrector. And then they have to do some mat or reformer before they get on a barrel if I've never worked with them before. Once I've worked with them, it might be like Laura's homework has been get on the spine corrector, do your arm series every day before you start because it's actually going to connect her. Otherwise, it's like I'm having to go, oh, pull your heart forward. Oh, more stretch, more arms on the back. But the spine corrector could do that to warm her up, right? Then eventually she won't need to start there. She might still end up there. She might actually still go back and do them, but that's based on like she's like, oh wow, I'm not as connected as I want to be. Let me go back and do it. So the queen side is where you can err on almost all bodies starting on. unless you saw that they're a very flexible body, because or a tall torso. Very few like off the street people can be on the king side of the barrel because either their torso's not long enough or they're not flexible enough. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that helpful? Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Anything else on the arm series? Something you made up, or is that like no, who made up the king and queen thing? Karen Frischman used to call it the prince, the king, the queen, and the king. But now that I'm reading tarot, there's the high priestess, and then there's the empress. And so I think we should just call it the princess, the high priestess, which you would think is better than the empress, but it's not in the order. All right, it goes high priestess and then the empress. So maybe we'll change it for round six. But then it's not in the cards that way. It's not in the YouTube videos, so everyone's going to ask me about that. But yeah, the prince, the queen, and the king. I that at least Karen was the first person to say it in front of me. Who did she make it up? I don't know. I'll let you know. I'm going to be in Poland with her. She's teaching a tale of three barrels, and I'll, I'll let you know. Okay, ready for leg series? All right, I need two bodies, one on the small barrel, one on the big barrel. So if you're a tighter body, you're on a smaller barrel. If you're a more flexible or taller body, you're on the spine corrector. So who in here is going to go? Okay, you're going to go on the small one. Okay, I think is there a camera in there anymore? There's not. You get to go in there with your camera. Who wants to be on this one? You go first, Laura. Get on there. You just show us what happens because the truth is if you don't have a small barrel, everyone has to go on the spine corrector, right? So we'll have a second camera in a second. Oh, gee, Christine. There you go. Carrie's got hers. All right. So let's set up with accuracy. So you're not on the hump, Laura. That will feel very scary. You're like off the hump. Yes. One foot's on the step. One foot's on the step for you, Laura, and one foot's on the floor for you, Carrie. Then you hold the handles and you roll back with your head in. Head in, head in, head in. You'll slide a little bit, Laura, so your shoulders land. Yep. And then both of you will bring your knees into your chest. And then heels together, toes apart. Lift your hips up, ladies, to pull the barrel into you. Okay. All right. Now, do you feel like you're choking? Great, wonderful. Okay, so the just like the arm series had an order, the leg series has an order. I do not teach everything that's in this order the first time, but you're all going to learn it today. So they're going to frog out like they have a low ceiling, and then circles up, around, and together, not going past like straight up over the hips. 5 circles in each way. Awesome. And then, oh, a little too close to you, Laura. Frog in, frog out. If those went really well and they're more advanced, you're going to do little circles. So tiny together, on together, around and together, around and together, around and together. And then they're going to frog in. And then they're going to frog out and go walking. So just like on the Cadillac, only one foot moves and the other foot moves. And you can see if you're doing it right, one leg will be lower than the other. And then the leg that's lowest will start the walk up. And then you'll walk down. After 3 sets, they'll frog in and they'll frog out and they will go into their beats. So when you frog in, you got to get those heels together as quickly as possible and squeeze them in as you frog in. Then you're going to open and close those legs really quickly. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. lower the legs a little bit, and then 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Lower the legs a little bit if you can. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Squeeze the heels together and frog in. Frog out and go into scissors. So one leg to the ceiling, one leg down. So do you see how Laura's leg is coming closer to her? Everyone does this, leg up, straight up, and the other leg goes away, and the leg that's away goes 1, 2, and then up, and then switch. Hold on, it's not the fastest thing you've ever done. So this is the high scissors, high bicycle problem. Everyone does this. This is the leg that's up. This leg goes away and it reaches 1, 2 from the fast. It comes up, then you switch. 1, 2. So they're not just passing in the night. Squeeze together. 1, 2. Yeah. And you try not to bounce the leg that's up, just this one. So it's coming from there. Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to introduce high scissors, high bicycle, you could introduce it here where their leg doesn't go over their face. If you want to do scissors where the leg does come towards you, and it's only on here, it's not on the high scissors. They can have whatever amount their bottom leg goes away, their top leg can come to them, whatever amount that is. So go ahead, straight legs, Laura, and then Carrie, and just however far your right leg goes away, your left leg can come towards you. Oh, your left leg's coming more than your right leg. Yeah, so you have to work that, right? This is impossible to teach. Everyone uses their hip flexor and it falls in their center. So I keep them at one leg up, one leg away. But eventually, some people get advanced enough in their body to do this correctly. It still is that the bottom leg is pulsing 1, 2. All right, frog it in. Frog it out for bicycle. So bicycle, none of them are going to put their knees over their face. They're going to touch the floor. Laura's going to touch the step. Reach for the floor. This should stretch their hips. So really important to teach this before high bicycle on the mat. Do you see how their legs are not ever over their face? Reverse the bicycle. Touch the step. Touch the mat. Reach, 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 reach. And then bring the legs straight out together first, then frog them in. Okay, and then your legs can go up to the ceiling, straight legs. Heels together, toes apart. Bend the knees wide as you pull the toes towards each other. This is frogs to V. Okay, so this one's super helpful for seal and for crab. It comes from the thighs, so it's not a calf exercise. Pull the feet toward, not towards each other, towards your seat. 1, 2, 3. Pull the thighs there, straighten the legs. Flex the ankles. Oh, her legs went away from her. Bend your knees, pull it in. And it's not just the shins that are moving. I want to see this external rotation pulse. 1 from here, 2, 3. And then these thighs stay as she reaches. Oh, point. Pull it in. Yes. Use the femurs to pull. 1. Let me see your femurs pull it. 2, 3. Seal and crab, the femurs do the work, not the feet. So this is often called Jay's exercise, and it's not because Jay made it up. It's just that he didn't remember the name. It's like it's that thing. They go like this. All right, now bring the feet together, knees to your chest. Okay, so helicopter, legs up to the sky. This is why for scissors I always teach with the one leg up, one leg away, because with helicopter they can bring one leg towards them, one leg away from them. Circle wide to the side. Bring the legs together at the ceiling, then switch legs. So they'll never go in the same direction 2 times, and we're also not scissor switching 2 times. They just have to remember which leg went first. And they can only circle as long as it's coming from their seat and not from like a hip click. And then once they're even, so we're going to skip leg circles onto the head, but that's where you'd put it. Let's go ahead and do shoulder bridge. Shoulder bridge is not normally taught on the small barrel, but I we'll teach it to you guys. So you're not going to see it in the cards. But Laura's going to put her feet on the step. And if Carrie can, she puts her feet on the mat. Not everybody on a small barrel can put their feet on the mat. Maybe it's the leg length, maybe it's flexibility. So it's typically only done on the spine corrector. Now, they're going to push into their feet. Their hips might not lift off the mat. In fact, most people won't, but some people's can. Okay. Then they slide one foot out with a pointed foot. They kick it up. Flex and bring it down. Work it. How low can you go? Straight up. Stay with that same side 3 times. Slide it in, slide the other one out. So it's really nice because they can feel if they have a hip that's like leaning or sinking. And then they put that foot down. And then we're going to do the can or the hip twist. So both knees into your chest, knees go to the right shoulder. They circle around to the left shoulder. So think corkscrew. Yeah, not so far that you arch. So just like corkscrew, only as far as you can stay in your center. You go right, right, left, right, stay on the right. Now kick your legs out. Oh, your legs got away from you. All right, left, right. Yeah, see, you can do it. Now you go left, right, left. So watch both of their femurs. Their femurs have to stay where they are, and their feet have to kick over their shoulders. So they have to use their stomach to hold their pelvis in place. It's fucking hard. It's just that it's harder than it looks, and it is that hard. It's so easy if you hang, if you let your back just slide down that barrel. Awesome. Okay, you're still getting those thighs away. Now, rolling in and out, the knees will circle around your sacrum. You can start small. Yeah, just like a massage. You can go small, small, small to big, or you can go big, big, big to small, or you could just do whatever feels good. Make sure you go both directions. This is how you will always end. So you might not teach everything that we just went through. In fact, you will not the first several times they do it, but you will go in the order, omitting what's not right for them yet. Most clients will do big circles, walking, beat, bicycle, rolling in and out. Oh, shoulder bridge, rolling in and out, right? Not the little circles are hard. The scissors are hard. The helicopter is hard. Now bring your knees to your chest, lift your hips up, and push the barrel away. Push it away. Push, 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 push. Let your legs drape over because there's something about this, like the blood flow in the sacrum that needs to come. All right, go ahead and come off. And anyone who wants to do the leg series can do the leg series. Isn't that nice? Laura, you're like an inch taller now. So you obviously cannot do the leg series with the queen size. So if you only have a spine corrector and you do have someone who's fun size, they're OG Christine, what do you do? Do you use your small barrel? But what did you do when you had a spine corrector?
Oh, when I had the spine corrector, I just struggled through the king size.
Okay. But were you like your butt was not on top, it was like somewhere down the side, right?
Yeah, I don't think I was at the apex.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you can't, because otherwise you'll be on your neck. So,
Yeah.
yep. All right. Yeah, so when you're getting on, you want to be off the apex. Yeah. And it's okay if you fall back because as long as your head's in, you're just going to land on your shoulders. So go ahead. You're doing big circles, a few in each direction. See how big you can go. Sarah, see if you can circle up more. Yeah, as opposed to over your face more. There you go. Yeah, big circles. Then you frog in. Then you frog out. And then it's those little fast ones. And then it's frog in. Then it's walking. And then it's beats. Frog in every time. So, Kristen, Kristen, turn around. Kristen, turn around. Yeah. And after beach, you frog in and you do scissors and then frog in and then bicycle. More leg, straight up, Sue. And, and I think that's you. Straight up with that leg. So only one leg is moving on the scissors. Yeah. And Sarah, one leg is up to the ceiling. This is that practice of those scissors. One leg is straight up. Hmm. Then you can go into your bicycle away, away from you. Yeah. Sarah, can you touch the floor in front of your spine corrector? That's how far away you want it. Yeah. Oh, and touch the floor. Watch out, guys. And did it. Do I bet you can touch that step, babe? I bet you can. And then after bicycle, you do the frog to V. Uh, so Amy, start at the ceiling. Start with your legs straight to the ceiling, heels together, toes apart, and then bend your knees wide and pull your toes to each other. Toes to each other. Yes, there you go. Uh-huh. That's the transition in. Pull it in 3 times. Not to each other, to your butt. Think crab, steal, move your thighs. Yes, now open, flex your ankles, bend your knees, and then pull 1, 2, 3. Then and then you now you flex your ankles, stay flexed. Pull it in. Now do it with your heels. Yep, 1, 2, 3, and then reach and then point. Yep. Okay. After that, you are going to frog in and reach up to your helicopter. Helicopter, then shoulder bridge. And this is where the helicopter, for those of you, oh, so Sarah, up. Now bring the legs together. And then switch the legs. One leg down, one leg up. Go the other direction. Bring them together. Switch directions. There you go. So if you really want to bring your feet over your face, this is the exercise. This is the time you get to do it. Juice it out. And then you'll frog in, and then you'll go to your, we're going to skip leg circles on the head. You go into shoulder bridge. So feet on the mat. So here's why small barrels don't work. See how Kristen and Vero can't really get to the floor? Kristen has long legs, but Vero, you can't get to the floor, can you? So there's not really a step for you to put your feet in. So I would say skip shoulder bridge. I mean, you can try it on the slant board, but I think it's a skip. Um, and then you do your can if you're skipping shoulder bridge. So knees to one shoulder, then to the other shoulder, then back to the first shoulder. Oh, Kristen, your thighs have to stay close to your body. So go left, right, left, and then hold the thighs where they are and kick. Reach over like you're trying to fling something over your shoulder. Yeah. There you go. I think that they can do more of a corkscrew as opposed to a windshield wiper. I think when people do the windshield wiper, they are losing their center. I like it to be like just a little bit away, just a little bit away, right? And then the really hard part is that they have to keep the thighs in place when they kick the legs. So then, guys, now you can do your rolling in and out. So just draw little circles around your sacrum, then push the barrel out. Any questions? Yeah,
Question.
Christine.
So, I was following when I was writing it down from the card order, and how important is it that we stick with that card order? Like the order you gave was just a little different. Like you mentioned just now, do shoulder bridge and then rolling in and out, but on the cards it goes hip twist, rolling in and out, then shoulder bridge. So, like, is that really important, or is it just? I'm just wondering order wise how dogmatic we should be with it.
You do the shoulder bridge outside of the order.
Who came up with the
I
order? Yeah, I mean, whose order was that? Jay?
it it
Or-
changes every time. This sheet has changed twice. It says Jay's order, but it has changed since I have made those cards because I went off of Jay's card order.
Oh,
So someone who has the master sheet, because this is I just get this off of Polizology, has changed this. So my view is at the studio, I often took the shoulder bridge out of the series. I would often just do the leg series, no shoulder bridge, and then only do the shoulder bridge if I needed it. That makes sense? Like, because I've been saying, like, oh, you do leg series. Like, I would do arm series and leg series. And with the leg series, I would not do the shoulder bridge because I don't really have a problem with shoulder bridge. I have to work on my high bridge. So I would just finish my rolling in and out, and then I would do my high bridge. Yeah. Leg circles under the head. I will often do that after the leg series too. Some people put it in. The reason, if you're going to take it out of the order, it's the dismount. How do you want to dismount? I like to challenge myself into a teaser dismount if my body feels up to doing leg circles on the head, I'm going to do it outside the order because I like to do the teaser dismount. Right. So if you are not, so I would just say outside of shoulder bridge and leg circle on the head, follow the order. But shoulder bridge and leg circles on the head, you can do outside the order. But definitely do not do them before you've done the leg series. So there were, yeah. Okay. Any other questions on the leg series? It should not feel like it's a hip flexor. It should feel like you're opening your hips up. It should not feel like it's in your lower back. It should feel like your lower back is long and supported by the barrel. All right. So if people are getting quaddy on this, then we are probably not setting them up for success and or maybe their range is too big. It should feel like this is a great way to open those hips up. If you have tight hips and kneeling side kicks, this is a really great series for you. All right. I'm going to do leg circles onto the head and your high bridge, and then you guys can try it. So, Christine, can you get me a spotlight? It's one of those exercises I find it's a little easier for like it when you teach this to someone, they will be ready for coordinated exercises like this. And because you want to be able to say circle around, reverse directions. You don't want to go, and then the arms do this. It's too much. So, oh, hold on. It's one of those things where your hair cannot be in a bun. Okay. All right. So you take the legs, you circle them down, you land on the head, you circle the arms. Circle the legs, land on the head, circle the arms. Okay. I am not sliding my head into place. So you don't want to go and slide it. All right. Oh, that's also, we'll just go in your lower back. You also don't want to go, whee, right? You can land on your head. So you've got to figure out how much reach of my legs and pull of my heart gives me enough space to put my head into place. And then reverse it down, land on the head, reverse the circles, and up. The other thing is you're not sliding the head back into place either. I am picking my head up, right? Like I'm doing a hundreds curl. Okay. And then 3D stretches is plenty. High bridge. Woo. Hold on. Cramps. All right. So high bridge. This is a great way to practice people doing headstands, right, on the reformer because you can put them on their head and you can just practice going up and down. So that's a way to practice for high bridge, but also they could just get to here and like, can they take their hands off? Okay. So high bridge also has a single leg. I think you all got the visual. And then the dismount can either be to slide the um, barrel out, or you really pull it in to you and kind of teaser on top. Okay. Okay. Your turns. Only for those you want to play with leg circle, you cannot do this on a small barrel. It has to be on a spine corrector.
Leslie, is the high bridge here an opportunity where using the step on this on the arc would make sense?
Yeah, put it on there.
Okay.
I think it's a great idea. You don't have enough space to do circles onto the head because that barrel is too long, but you can absolutely do a high bridge. Too slow, Amy. Did you hear it? You got it. It's you gotta circle faster. Go, balance on your hips. Yeah. This is why you can't do the mat slow. You also can't do it too fast because you'll go flying. Eye coordination. Sarah, just make sure you're not sliding on your hair, babe. Did you get a hamstring cramp? Yeah, it's a sign that it's afternoon in Vegas. I only get hamstring cramps if I work out in the afternoon. I think you just sweat enough. You lose enough electrolytes. Too much in her legs. Yeah. Good catch, Laura. Don't die, Amy. Put some weight in your arms. Way to go, Sarah. Sarah, you can leave your hands on the handles longer, but that was great. Oh, she wants you to do bridge again after this beautiful teaser. Mhm. Yeah, yeah, you can use the handles instead of holding your leg. There you go, Sarah. That's great. Yeah, girl. Go, Sarah. And she can do a single leg. Woo, Amy. Yeah, the barrel's better. hmm Okay. How do you feel about that? Good? There she goes. Oh, pull that into you more. Pull it into you. hmm And then your head has to come up with, you have to go sooner. Believe in it. Commit. Go. Go. Nope. You second guessed yourself. Fuck yeah, there's momentum involved in that. There you go. You'll get there. hmm The more advanced you are, the more Pilates is about how are you using the momentum. right? Momentum was taught to us as like a bad word, like some sort of bad thing. But if you are using momentum, so like the exercise brings its own energy and you take it and keep going, then that's a sign of a true advanced practice. If the momentum is carrying you, for example, when people do corkscrew with the mat with handles, and I see their legs go long and the handles and lift up the mat, that momentum is taking you, right? But if you don't use some momentum to get those legs to the other side, it's really hard to get those legs to the other side. So there's a little bit of both. You just have to be able to reach against it. Yeah. Yeah. It was an interesting thing. I used to never think, I was like, momentum, it's the worst word in Polack. You never could have it. And in the last 5 years, I'm like, I think I'm using a lot of it, but for good. Mhm. All right. So we've done a lot of extension, a lot. And so before we get extension headaches, I need some bodies on some barrels. I want 3 bodies. So I want someone who wants to balance on top of an apex. Carrie gets to use the small barrel to prop her up. So that's what you're going to do. I want someone on the apex and I want someone in the steps. So I need 3 bodies. And we can have 2 of you out here. So, um, yeah, bring out the second spine corrector. And I have to be on the one side. Okay. It's shockingly heavy. And you know what? It's lighter than my old one. Yeah, they're both Contrology. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So, Laura, you're gonna be in the step. Amy, turn the barrel a little bit so you're not in a crotch shot to us. Thank you. All right. Um, turn it 180 degrees, like give it a full quarter turn. Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. Just yeah, be there and then put your feet towards the wall. So you're on top of the apex, Amy. Yeah. All right. So now, Laura, put your tailbone on the step. You want to use it like a C shaper. Yep. All right, ladies. Find your 100. So Carrie, your legs can be down if you want, or they could be up. But the barrel for Carrie is holding her chest up for a good C shaper. And for Amy, she's got 0 support. And for Laura, she's got a little feedback. So try to hundreds curl more, Laura. I don't want to see any light there. There you go. Yeah. Oh, these pumps are really tiny, guys. What is going on? All right. Then they can show me their app series. So one knee in, one leg out. Yeah. So Carrie's version, and just going through your app series, guys, just do 2 or 3 of each. Carrie's version is really great for someone who has a hard time curling their head and chest up without using their neck. Laura's version is like, oh, they think they're advanced. And Amy's version will humble the people who won't shut up. Hmm. So it will go Carrie, Laura, Amy, as far as like one do they do first, right? So Anne's probably more like Carrie's right now, but eventually, but you're close to Laura's. Amy's, the only reason I say it's going to be hard for you is that you have a tighter back, so you're going to be too leaned back. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Christine, the on top is good for her because she's got wiggles. She better not wiggle, she'll fall off, you know? Yeah. Cool. Love it. Yeah. Okay, great. Any questions on that? Anyone want just do it? Yeah. Yes, that's what Carrie was doing. You want to show everyone? Do it. Yeah, just show everyone what I had you do. It's the same thing that Carrie is doing. It's just that it's a spine corrector, not a small barrel. So slide down, more, 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 more. Even a little bit more. Yeah, you want your sacrum flat. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So same thing on a spine corrector. Cool. Oh, but we don't get to drop those heels. Okay, ladies, thank you so much. Any questions on that? Anyone want to do it real quick? Make sure you have the right setup. Feeling good? I cannot say that Joe did ab series on the barrels. What I can say is that in vintage, we did do different variations. And a lot of classical people have lots of memories and stories of like what's the smallest platform they did the ab series on. Like I think I did an entire year, like in my baby years of teaching, I think we took up Moonbox, um, the high mat moon boxes, right? Or the box that I used for the reformer and did our 100 and our ab series and like balanced on swan on that. Like it's like, can you keep your center together without having all that space? Right? That's the challenge. Okay. Teach it on the mat first. The question is, do you ever teach here first? Teach it on the mat first, but if they are showing you that they struggle to curl up and they feel their neck, I will finish the mat and then bring them to it and see if it works. And then what I might just do is go, okay, they need help curling up. So we'll do their 100. And then from there, they'll do their roll up. I might even leave them there in that curled up position for single leg circle. They're probably not doing rolling like a ball if they can't curl up, right? So then you would go right into your ab series and then I get rid of it. Yeah. But yeah, it's I only use it for those who struggle with the round. But put it in the your exercises first to see if it even helps them. Because if it doesn't, it's like, okay, then what, what, you're just wasting time. Yeah, Christine.
Um, I don't know if we saw it on there, but in the cards, there's rolling like a ball and open leg rocker on the corrector. Did anybody show that? How
Oh,
that
no
works?
one did it. No. Amy, will you get in the spine corrector, please? So it's tiny. Do not expect beauty, massive. So just find your rolling like a ball in the step. Hmm. Okay. And now, Amy, go ahead and rock back and up. Probably even smaller than that. Yeah, see how your shape keeps changing? Your legs. So the space between your legs and your chest has to stay the same. Uh. All right, Amy, straight legs. Okay. Oh, you got to get your back off of that barrel. Yeah. Oh, don't stink to go back. Just go back. It's so annoying. Yeah. So those of you who sink to round back, this is where you'll hate yourself and me, but it's good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now we're back to some extensions. So I need someone on a small barrel and I need someone on a spine corrector. We're doing our swan series. And you slayed on the small barrel yesterday, so you get to go to the small barrel because Anne nailed this. Bless you, Melissa. Only if you want to. Okay, so Anne's gonna go to the small barrel. Amy's gonna be. I would move this blue barrel out of the way. Yeah. Okay, and then Anne, is there a camera in that other room? Anne, you might have to take your. Okay. All right. So in an ideal world, you get to a place in your practice where you can just drape over the barrel, just drape over it, and kind of figure out where your center is, right? It's just like you kind of just figure it out. But when you're new, it's a little hard. Carrie or Ann, can we get that camera a little further away so we can see you? It's just like, yeah, thanks. This is way too close. Thank you so much. Perfect. Okay. So go ahead and lie on top there, Ann. All right, ladies. So if we're new, this is how we get into it. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. Lift your chest only in like tall back. So bent elbows will be what you do. So lie on your stomach, Ann. Lie down. All right. So now with the internal rotation of your legs, lift your legs up. Can you do it? Yeah, Amy's gonna move forward. Okay, so just find the legs, Amy. Just find the legs. Don't even lift your arms yet. Okay, and if are you sure you can lift your legs there, Ann? Okay. Now reach one arm forward and then the other arm forward and see if you can balance. Yeah. And if you can't balance, you move a little bit. Now hold. Don't get excited, Amy. Now reach your arms out to the side. She's like, I hate you. I'm still out here. All right. Now do your swan first. So inhale the chest, exhale the legs. Inhale the chest, exhale the legs. You got, and what happened to your legs floating off the mat? Then hold, Amy. Reach your arms forward. Yep, that's it. And then swim. Up, 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 up. Yes, that's it, Ann. That's it. That's it. That's it. Now hold. Now bend your knees and reach your arms back at the same time. You don't have to touch your legs. You can just bend them. Almost. Amy, pause for a second. So Ann, instead of, because you don't grab your ankles for rocking, put your hands on the mat and bend your knees. Lift your legs up to the sky, Ann. Lift your legs up. Bend your knees. No, don't do anything like that. Just lift, just bend your knees. Just bend them. That's it. Okay. Now, Ann, see if you can reach back for your legs. Don't touch them. Just reach backwards. And now lift your chest and breathe. That's Ann's rocking. Okay, Amy, find your swimming first. Find your swimming. And now bend your knees as you circle your arms back. Lift your chest. Grab your feet. And now lift your chest. Yeah. And then lift your, oh, too much chest, not enough legs. Yeah. Too much. So you figure it out. Now get those legs working, Amy. Yep, get those legs up. Oh, she slid. Lift your head, Amy. Lift your head. Oh, too much. Okay, then they reach out and find their superhuman. Reach out and drape. Yes, wonderful. Amy, don't go anywhere. You can do grasshopper. Oh, she's determined. Okay. And you rocked it. You slayed. You're good. The next exercise can only be done on a spine corrector. Lift your head up. Lift your head up, Amy. Yeah, now just breathe, Amy. Oh, too much. Too much. Yeah, it just feels like you're falling, like a little bit. Okay, so now grasshopper. Ready, Amy? Slide forward. All right. Okay, now put your hands underneath your shoulders. And then lift your legs and swan dive down. Now bend your knees. And now reach your legs for the ceiling. And then beat, 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 beat as you lift your chest. Okay, do it again. I like to think I'm bending my femurs, Amy. That's it. And then lift your femurs. Oh, well, she's redeeming herself from that rocking. One more time. Yeah, and you got to use those arms so you don't slide, right? Good job. Thanks, guys. Okay, questions? Go ahead and give them a try. So if you're not doing grasshopper, that's totally fine. Just go, you can be on a small barrel, but you find your swimming position, then you do swan. Arms. So Sarah, find your swimming, but open your arms up and do swan. Yeah. And then use your breath on these guys. You should not have to think head, legs. It should be inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You're too far forward, Laura. And I don't see your whole body, but your legs look good. So yeah, focus on just fine. So slide back a little bit. Yep. More tailbone under for you, Laura. Lift your legs first, then lift one arm at a time. Yep, lift your head up. Yeah. Okay, now open your arms out to the side. Now just breathe in and out. Don't lower your chest. Just lift your legs and lower. Use your legs. Up with the legs. Yeah. hmm Use your breath, Laura, and your legs, but you should be looking at that small barrel in front of you, not my blue mat. Look at the small barrel in front of you. That that peach barrel. Look at that. Don't get it. Look at it. You're looking at the blue mat. Look at that barrel. Lift one arm at a time. You'll know. And then, nope, just a teeny. So here's the thing when you're adjusting, you guys, you go a little, like tiny, like millimeters. Learn the metric system. Now open your arms out to the side and lift your chest and breathe as you inhale, and then lift your legs. And then inhale, and then lift your legs. And then inhale. Great job, Laura. Now reach your arms forward and swim. Up, 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 up. Hold. Bend your knees, reach your arms behind you. Do it. Yeah, and breathe. And just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Woo! Was Laura, that went better than I expected. I really didn't think you would balance that long to do rocking. I thought you were going to place plant. So you should be really proud. You good, Amy? Or Ann, did you slide off? Oh. Yeah. You go you set up for swimming, but then you go into swan. Then you transition to swimming, and then you transition to rocking, and then you go to grasshopper. hmm Yep. Yep. And that's the goal. If you're on the small barrel, then you ditch the grasshopper. But you can see how you can kind of take the grasshopper out and even kind of teach a little swan dive there, like got to come from the also what I watch for is like, do the knees bend when the legs lift up? If so, that's not their hamstrings that are doing it. Okay. Yeah. And you should really feel this above the lower back. So if you feel any of these in the lower back, then it's too much. Okay. Feeling good about that series? Yeah, go ahead, Christine.
Do you not do grasshopper on the small barrel just because it'll slide? Is that the only
It's
reason?
not enough space.
Oh, okay.
Like it's too low. Like yeah, I mean like it's just too low. Like if you look at Carrie's tiny little barrel, it's off the screen, but it's like half the size. So a lot of people's small barrels are like that. My small barrel, unless you were OG Christine, can you do grasshopper on your small barrel? I feel like you just have to be short.
Yes, I can.
You can't. So I think, Christine, I think you just have to be tiny. Like, I mean, like small, because otherwise it's not like you're gonna hit your nose before you get your legs in extension. Yeah.
Fun
Yeah.
size.
Fun
But every,
size.
but everything else you can do on the small barrel. The swan, the
Yeah.
swim, rock.
Yeah. Yeah. The small barrel has there's a lot you can do. You can't do the teasers, which we're gonna do. Can't do the hip circles. Shoulder bridge depends on the barrel and the person. Cannot do leg circles under the head on the small barrel. Can't really do high bridge on the small barrel. Like the butt would be up, but the feet are going to be on the ground. So, and the reason that I like the feet on the step for the high bridge is because when they do high bridge on the reformer, their feet are on a foot bar. So it teaches you're starting to get those feet elevated, which makes it hard, right? So, um, but fun size folks can get away with a bit more, but fun size is fun size. Yeah. Would I teach grasshopper here for the first time? Yeah, I would do it here before I would do it on the reformer. The only reason I say that is that even though you load the springs like 2 to 3 springs up for safety, the box is not fun. The box, like the box is it's hard, So like it's not the best place. So I would do it here because the platform can't move. Also, when you're on the reformer's already elevated and the box is already elevated. So it's a lot. It's like, I'm like gonna fly on my face. But on the reformer, they would do the swan prep before they would do grasshopper. So if they're doing a good swan prep, then you're like, oh wow, I could teach them grasshopper on the barrel, and then I can go on to doing grasshopper on the reformer. If you do this in the reformer order, you are not doing it again on the barrel unless you're like, hold on, we need to review that series. If you want to do it on the barrels, you can skip it on the reformer order because it's essentially the same, right? Like one's a flat box and one's a barrel, but you just wouldn't like do them both unless you're like, oh, hold on, that series does not look good. Let me go over here and let's work that. Okay, cool. Any other questions? Okay, so let's do our teasers, which could only be on a spine corrector. So one of you can take the blue one if you want, one can take the pink one, and um, you can put, ladies, you can put where that C shaper is, you can put the blue barrel and you both can be out here. Who wants to do teasers? Don't jump at once. It's only you four, so you're not monopolizing. It's only you four. My body is so beat from the heat. I am doing as little as possible. Okay. Yep. There you go. No one else wants to do it? Yeah. Put that blue one. Yeah. So Laura can slide that one way and then put the blue one where the C shaper is or opposite. Yeah, that's fine. So you're just staggered. There you go. I wouldn't do on the both on the mat. Amy, put yours on the floor and then turn it so that turn it to face the same way as Laura's. I don't think you have enough room with that ladder barrel. Okay. All right. So sit facing the hump first. So there isn't an order, but honestly, most people struggle with the hip flexors and teaser. So I like to sit facing the hump first, straight legs out to your teaser, reach your arms forward. So the step should be holding your pelvis, right? And the thing is, this is where a lot of steps get really weird. Go ahead and rest, ladies. So Shannon's brown step is too shallow for this to be probably very satisfying. So her foam barrel might be better for her teaser. Okay. So just keep that in mind. But the step has to hold your pelvis. So get your pelvis in your teaser position. Okay. Then send your legs out. Okay. Palms face your legs. Now lower your upper body down and up 3 times. Mm-hmm. And up. And you can push those legs into the barrel. Okay, come up. Now reach the legs down and up 3 times. One, straight legs. Two, three. And now everything down and up. Yeah. Someday they'll go head to the floor. They'll go all the way down and up. Hold it, rest. Good. Isn't it nice? Because your pelvis can't wobble. So those of you who have wobbly pelvises, this is a really great place to do it. It doesn't mean it's not hard, but you could find it, right? Now, you still want to teach them the mat and the Cadillac teasers first. Otherwise, they're on this going, oh my God, there's so much space behind me and it's really scary. But if you're struggling to get them out of their hip flexors and this is a place where you can go, okay, hold on, right? And that's why some of you on the chairs were like, can I put for the teaser on top? Can I put their legs on something? Maybe they need to do spine corrector teaser first. Maybe they can't do the teaser on top of the chair yet, right? All right, spin around. Okay, fine. Get your step to hold up your pelvis and then find your teaser. And the hard part about this one is not to lean back like it's a low rider. Okay, now what's fun is you get to go into the extension. So see how far back you could go and then up. And how far back can you go and up? And then everything down and up. Yeah. So Laura, you got to find your low ribs. You're not going to backbend from them. Find your heart as the initiator. Yeah. Rest. Good. Yeah. Because you don't have you struggle with using your seat. So you don't have that. Yeah. Okay. So now sit inside your step, find your teaser again. Find your teaser. I think you're a little too low, Laura. Bring your hips back a little bit. There you go. Okay, now reach your hands back for the handles. Uh-huh. Lift your chest and then circle those legs down, around, and up. Go the other way. So it's not about how high the legs get. Work the side and the low before you work the up. The up is actually quite easy to do with your quads, right? And that's what everyone does on the mat. They come up, and it's like you got to work low. Laura, if I in a perfect world, I would just like curl you just a little bit more up. Yeah. Yeah. Questions on that, guys? All right. If you took a step off your spine corrector, put it back on. Let's see. Let's see some teasers. Don't make my girls do all the work. Do you love in your barrel? Yeah, so Shannon, you can see, but like, do you see how like that step is kind of shallow? See if you find a teaser in it. You might want to take out your foam one, get a little deeper. Yeah, because I think it's yeah. Teaser facing out supports your back. So if you struggle with lifting the lower back, but if you struggle with the quads, teaser facing in. Yeah, go Carrie. Oh, look at Vero. Nice. That's it, Sarah. Yep. And you don't have to bring the legs that high. You just have to reach out and then up. Yes, there you go. That's nice. That looks good. Now everything down. And someday Sarah will touch the floor back there and come back up. That's it, Kristen. Yeah, Shannon, you got a barrel that's blocking the view there. Yeah. And so it may be that you found like one teaser was so good and the other teaser was like, ugh. So then you might be like, what do I need to make this second teaser, you know, more possible in my practice? Yeah. Oh, back. Supports the legs. Vero, the hard part about these ones is the hip circles. There's not really a place for your arms to hold. Like you should be, because you should actually be holding behind you. Yep. Yes. And then lifting up. And like normally there'd be a handle there. Does that make sense? So that's a little bit annoying. Sorry, I don't know what's going. Can you guys hear me still okay? So yeah, that's a little tricky on that one, but I like it for you. Handles is a little easier. Okay. Questions, guys?
I feel like
Go
the
ahead.
angle, I feel like the angle when you're facing out, it just, my gosh, it just makes it's so extra challenging to not be quaddy.
Yeah, yeah, it may be that you don't just because there's two teasers there, it may be that you don't do it. And also that step, the way the step is, it pops your pelvis a little bit not the right way. for getting out of your quads. So it's tricky because you kind of almost have to scoot yourself in to get your pelvis up enough that your legs could be low. Because if your legs are high, it's going to be quads. You got to get those legs low. But then it almost pulls your pelvis because it's just not, it's too round is the problem. It's not like a triangle that holds it in place. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Any other questions on teasers or hip circles? You don't have to teach both, but they're there. You can do them. I like the teaser facing out to help people understand the reformer teaser. Doesn't mean they have to do it well before they just do on the reformer. But if there's someone who just doesn't understand that they're in a swan before they come up, the teaser facing out is very helpful, right? Because their back can near a barrel. Yeah. Yeah. All right. We're moving on through. So I think, Christine, am I down to the overhead mat exercises, the training your back bend, and then the side stuff?
And
OG
short
Christine
box.
and short box. Okay. All right. So training your back bend is just this video that I made during the pandemic using a bunch of exercises. So there's nothing for us to like review except for I'll tell you. If people struggle with back bends, swans, breaststrokes, these are on the reformer, down stretch, the upstretch combo, right? Anything that's an extension, then they need to do the arm series on the barrel. They need to be working their leg series on the barrel. They need to be doing their swan, swimming, rocking, grasshopper on the barrel. That whole situation is going to train their back bend. So that is like the homework they could be doing. If they do it all every day, they're going to be able to do great back bends really quickly. They do it once a month. Good luck. Okay. So we're not gonna, that's just what it is. So training your back bend is just like a series of exercises. If you have someone who struggles with extension, that is what they do. Oh gosh, sure. Yeah. So Laura asked how often. So you have to remember, your exercises, those were your exercises every time you came in. It wasn't like my Monday your exercises was this and my Wednesday your exercise was that. It's like these are your exercises. And until they're changing the practice, they don't get removed and new ones will get added. Yeah. Yeah. So I would say here's why I love the barrels weekend so much. I love it so much. I know that you're like upset, like with the reformer and calic are so great, but if you guys give yourself time to even just make sure you're doing the arm series and the leg series and not necessarily all the leg stuff, right? Like, of course, you can skip the things that are not right for your body, but if you do them 4 days a week, you cannot tell me you didn't get a better back bend at the end of this series. You cannot. And it doesn't take a long time. We took a long time to go through it, but I can do the arm series and leg series in less than 10 minutes. And then I can do my mat, which takes me 25 minutes. And then I still have time for your exercises based on what I was like, oh, what's going on with my mat? So 3 to 5 reps of everything. Yeah, it's just like on the chair. You're not doing a ton. There might be on the chair, you might have 3 sets of 3 exercises, but most things are 3 to 5, right? Yeah. How many reps? Okay. We're gonna all watch Laura's thoracic spine extend. Make sure you better tell the group every day you did it. Okay. So then the overhead exercises. I did not learn the ones that I'll show you in a second from J Studio. I, During the pandemic, a lot of people did not have a ton of equipment and most people were getting spine correctors. So I wanted to show them if you don't have a classical mat, how you can use a spine corrector, excuse me, to help you like its handles. And I essentially just borrowed from the one to chair. Okay. So like it was like I was inspired by the one to chair pedal. The pedal can help people do overhead exercises. Why can't the spine corrector? Rachel Piper, she does a lot of stuff in OPC using bolsters or barrels to help people get their hips up. Especially people like Booty Abundance, she'll even do like the ab series where their butt is on a barrel, right? Because it's actually sometimes better to lift their hips up than to round their chest. So I'm going to show you guys that in a second, and I'll show you the short box. The short box came from the ladder barrel. So this is again, it's not something I did in Jay's studio or with from Jay, but it was during the pandemic and people didn't have access to their ladder barrel or the reformer. And so I would not say that I went around and made stuff up. And I will also say, if you have a classical mat, do not use the spine corrector to do this stuff because you can use a classical mat. If you are having trouble doing hips overhead, absolutely use the barrels. It's really helpful. What I probably would do is if you're in a private, I might omit everything that is overhead and then do it at the end as part of your exercises. If you're in a class, have the barrel or bolster nearby so you could just put it underneath you, okay? The short box stuff, if I have a ladder barrel or a reformer, I'm not using the spine corrector. So I just want to say, like, this is not like, oh, let's have some fun on the spine corrector. It's just, if you don't have these things, it can be helpful. All right. So OG Christine, can you spotlight my mat? Okay. So the spine corrector becomes my handles. You do not want to pull this onto your head. Okay, I'm pulling wide, just like with the handles on the mat. You don't want to pull, you want to reach. So these I'm kind of pulling wide, and I can take the legs over, and I can do my rollover. Oh, I kind of like it because I can't always get my feet in my rollover. So it's like I can touch something. I can do my jackknife, right? I can do control balance. But again, if you struggle with them, if you can do these things, you're not doing this. Okay. So maybe practicing to feel it in your body. Corkscrew is the same way. Corkscrew is really revealing because corkscrew, they go up, they go part way down, they circle around. That barrel cannot move. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Now, if I struggle, so those of you who've been working on like rolling like a ball into jackknife and it's still just not helpful yet, you can have your hips here and go roll over, right? Because now the hips aren't going as far away in either direction. Ah, ah, right? I can do jackknife. So they don't have to control. So if you think about someone with like booty abundance or just belly abundance, it's a lot more they have to control. So bringing the mat up is really helpful for building up that strength and stamina. Okay. Whew. You can even do it with a small barrel, but that's going to make it harder, right? Because now you're lowering the floor. So I would go spine corrector, small barrel, carries cute barrel. Okay. So short box. So on the ladder barrel, we'll learn this tomorrow. We're pushing into our feet. So I'm going to push and pull back. So my hamstrings are working. And then I'm going to do my round back. And I can go as far as I can stand in my feet and up, round, and up. Okay, short back, the tall back, sit on the apex, look straight ahead, and lean back. And do your side to side, twist and reach. I can only go as far as I can reach my legs away from me, which is going to help my reformer, right? I can go around the world. Whew. All right. Then you can do tree. So again, slide down the hump. And then the apex supports the back. Oh, and it's so hard not to slide. You have to really work your legs, but it's nice. It's nice. If you don't have a ladder barrel, it makes it nice to practice some of the stuff you'd have able to do in your ladder barrel. Um, Side sit-ups. A little tricky of a setup because it just depends on your barrel and your leg length. But you want to get your leg in that strap, heel up. And then it's not this. So it's really helpful to see, do people actually side bend? You know, people on the short box, they kind of just do this like xylophone thing. But with this barrel here, if I don't have a ladder barrel, I can teach them. You're going to become the shape of your spine corrector. And then it's straight arms, and the top arm is trying to touch the floor before the bottom arm. Top arm. Oh, okay. Side kicks. This, um, this I use if people are struggling to lift the bottom waist. So you're not on your forearm up here. Very important. I'm not on the forearm, just like I'm not on the forearm on the mat. I'm on I'm on my arm in a way that I can hug it in. Just like when I'm on the mat, I can hug my arm into the mat to help me lift. So I'm here and I'm hugging myself in, and I can use this hand to make sure I'm not twisting. And then I can go front to back, front to back. Oh, yeah, you cannot get it to the height of your hip. A lot of you are too high, anyways. Most of you are above your hip because you're using your quad, especially when you go to the back. So a lot of you are actually like you're supposed to be the level of your hip, but on here, you're not going to get there. So you're here, and I'm using my obliques on the bottom side. So this arm is just, my arm is not holding me up. Okay. It's just there to help me find this. You can do your circles, right? You can take it to the floor and reach it back and lift. Some of you really struggle to open this up, reach it back and lift. And then you can pull it in and stretch. Do the other side. Your guys' turn. And by your guys, I mean everyone on the screen who has a spine corrector who wants to try these things.
Leslie,
Oh,
would there be
any?
a point to be doing the bicycle in that sidekick series? Is there any point in trying bicycle or no?
I would not do bicycle there. I could barely do three of everything I just did. The bicycle, if you want to do kneeling bicycle, kneeling sidekick bicycle well, you must do it on the side leg springs. That is where you got to practice it because that is where you could practice the knee being at the level of the hip. You'll be able to see what your body does. You'll understand how to reach the leg forward without quaking onto the quad. Then, um, in the meantime, doing your kneeling side kicks, holding the leg at the level of hip and just picturing this bicycle. I'm taking my leg to the back. I'm bending the femur to pull the foot to my head. I'm pulling that knee forward. I kick it out and picture it and just hold the leg up at the level of the hip. If you do that, you're going to get the stamina and endurance and strength to hold the leg up to do the full bicycle. So that's what I would say is your homework is like do it on the side leg springs. Really work on like find a way, either a mirror or film yourself so you can see like where is my knee dipping? Where's my foot getting higher? Am I actually kicking back? And then really work on like the front, back, and circles, not taking, bless you, taking you off your center, and then just hold the leg out there. I did it for 90 days, Christine. And when I had to assess, because that kneeling bicycle was just like gonna kick my ass, after 90 days of every day, just picturing I was able to do it. Not forever. Definitely on the day that we did it 6 times in a row, I thought I was gonna die, but it got better. Sarah, see if you can lift your chest up as you come forward. So the back is good. I want you to get taller on the in. Way to go, Vero. Look at how high those hips are. What? Yeah. Yeah, Kristen, round back. Just keep rounding back. Don't even let your head out. Just keep rounding back. Keep rounding back. Nope, the head doesn't get to come back yet. Just keep rounding back. Pull that chest back. Yeah. And as far as you can go, you curl back up. So instead of taking the head back so soon, it's the last thing to go back. Oh, Sue, I think I need more tension on your strap, babe. You're not getting up on that side sit up. Oh my God, my hip from those side kicks is, I still feel it. I feel deep around my acetabulum. So, Sue, try not to start so far down. Start a little more upright, like you're at an angle. Yep, get your heel up. See, your strap's a little loose when you're up. Slide out more. Just a teeny bit, just a teeny bit. Okay, heel up in that strap and go down and up. So is your foot in a strap? What the hell are you doing? Put it in a strap. Put it in your mat strap. I'm like, what is she? Why is her leg moving around so much? Sue, that is so hard. Oh, Kristen, head in, head in, head in. Get your chest on that barrel.
Then I have to put my mat out. It's that out right this second.
Oh, okay. Well, then wait till your mat's out because that's miserable without a mat. No wonder you're stuck. So, Kristen, I'm trying to get you to articulate your thoracic spine a bit more until you take your head back. So it's like your head is the very last piece to go back. Work that leg down, Sarah. Do it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it happens. It's made up, so I don't really know if it means that you're not doing something right. Oh, yeah. Carrie said she was sliding on the round, and I was just like, it is a made up exercise, so I can't say the round. So, Sarah, this is really hard without a strap. You're doing pretty good, but I want a little more length and less of a snake. So, right here, I want you to be already in a side bend. Uh-huh. And then you come off in the side bend and side bend to the other side. And that's hard because you don't have the strap. Yeah. There you go. So, Sue, you can do it like Sarah's doing. Oh, Sarah, we lost it. We slithered down. So, yeah, you want to go over in the side bend. Nope, nope, not, nope. Watch me. You're doing this. I want you to go like this to the barrel. Side bend over the barrel. Yeah, and then you have to side bend over the barrel so we don't slither. Yeah. Yeah, really hard without a strap. So you're doing great, but it's just miserable. Yeah, yeah, you'll use that quad a lot. Gloria, take your lower back with you. You could slide a little bit down, Laura. You're a little too high. It's hard, Kristen, with those foam barrels to do the overhead stuff you're doing because the barrel is so light. It kind of pulls off the mat. So, you know, you're doing great though. Point that foot, Vero, and then notice how your chest wants to move around. So that bottom arm is hugging in to get your obliques up. And then you're only going as back and forth as your chest stays up. Yeah, you can't lift the leg that high. It's like deathly. It's only in this moment that I don't feel my left hip so much. If you have not done the side kicks on the spine corrector, I'm telling you, it's worth exploring. You actually feel the shape of your acetabulum, I think. Vero, see if you can open your top side a little bit more. So lift your bottom side to open your top side. Yes. Yeah.
The question.
Go ahead.
Um, so yeah, so Gwyneth and I we teach the side kick series with the head holding the hand. And I um like this, right? I love this version, right? But my clients have trouble doing this. So I can't like this would be so hard to teach people to work here, like in a group class, right? Yeah, private, I can get them, but I don't know. Let's see what I'm saying. But
I see you. Don't move. Get back there. Okay. So here's my question. Without knowing why you're giving it to a class, what if you just put them in the position and leave the leg down? Yeah. So now just find your bottom side. Just get your bottom side up and open your chest. I'm just going to mute you. Got a little feedback. Okay. So now just slide your top leg forward on the mat and slide it back. Just slide it forward on the mat and slide it back. Slide it forward on the mat, slide it back. Hold it back there, try to lift it up, put it right back down. Slide it forward, slide it back. Right. Like that's what I would have them do. I would not have like just have them hold. Okay, this is your side plank. Hold. So I give this to people who struggle with lifting their bottom side. I have clients who've never seen this exercise before because they don't need it. Okay. But those of you who struggle with your chest going back and forth, or quadding out, this is a good place to practice some side kicks. How do I get that glute to want to do it? How do I get my bottom side to work? So it goes away in my privates, especially. But if I was teaching a class, what is the purpose? If the purpose is to work the center torso, then do it that way. If your purpose is you're trying to get them to understand choreography, then support it the way you had it. Because I think you can get a really good front back circles with them down and they're learning the choreography, right? If they have tight sides, I can see how what you are doing is like stretching their sides. But if you're trying to strengthen their waist, you got to come up. But it means limiting the range of motion. So I would just be honest, your range of motion is going to be smaller, right? It's just going to be smaller. I put it on the barrel. The top hand goes on the barrel to help you square your shoulders off. And you can even use it to help you lift your bottom side, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is not something everybody does. Now, I know a lot of you teach like mat spine corrector type classes. It's a great way if you're doing the mat on the spine corrector, of course, but if you're trying to just like know what your goal is, why am I teaching this? I don't know how a Bosu could be a spine corrector since it bends. Yes. So I feel like when I hear that, I feel like someone in the budget committee was like, that looks like the same thing. And then somebody who is afraid to take up space is like, oh yeah, no problem. Fine. Like I really think like I just remember I've been in many a budget meeting when I was at Equinox. And they're like, you don't need a small bit. Like they would look at it and go, you don't need this. You have these look the same. And I would have to go, no, it's not the same. And I understand you don't teach. So everything I'm gonna say is gibberish. So here's what I'm gonna say, it's not the same. If you look at our membership and you tell me of our members, how many of them are under 5'6"? Oh, we don't have the information. Well, okay, the average American, what's the height of the average American? Guess what, guys? It's not 6 feet. I think the average woman in America, last my friend did a chat to be, is like 5'7", 5'6", and on the heavier side, right? Like has body abundance. The spine corrector is very difficult for that height and that size woman to be on. So I'm supposed to make changes, the promises that you made that she can look a different way on that thing, and you want me to hit $50,000. Can't do it. So I'm the person who would just go in there and look in the eye and challenge them. You tell me, why don't you tell me how I'm supposed to do my job on that with that person? And if you can't, you need to find $500 to buy me the thing I want. I only wanted one, right? Now at CP, it's a whole different ballgame. I never use the BOSUs. I just think that they're fucking annoying. I can't even believe you guys have to deal with them in that space. The space is so small. No, they can't lift, and some of them are on top of the window chair. So then the window chair, it's got to go somewhere. Then you just on the. They're annoying. I don't know why they're in there. I can at least understand why a TRX is in there, but I don't understand a BOSU. So if I was at CP, I wouldn't do spine corrector stuff on that. What I would do though is you could absolutely, these people do not have a tall back. You could teach them the arm series on the floor. Can they keep their ribs and lower back and shoulders and head on the floor and do circles? Nope, they just arched, right? Can they do this? I would do it on the floor. I mean, you could do it on a reformer bed. Like I would do it there. And then for that side stuff that they need to get better at, that's where I do the side sit-ups at the tower. I put their feet under that bar on the bottom. Yeah, because none of them know how to reach for shit. So yeah. No offense to people who are at CP, but they don't, you know? They want to learn though. I do believe they want to learn. So setting them up, but it's hard. So I would just say the barrel here's what you can do. This is what I had to do with people who are in my group class at Equinox. Hey, you're struggling. I can see you're trying so hard. You're listening to everything I have to say. You listen to everything when it comes to all the swan tips and you're struggling. I know it's an extra expense. I would love to do a private session with you. We can work on the barrels in the private room. It's going to change your swan. You're going to get way more out of these classes. Give me a private session. And then teach them barrel stuff, all the barrel stuff. Go through everything you know. Here was okay. Do you feel that? Okay, now let's see your swan. Okay, now so like do stuff on the barrels. Give it, make sure they see it and go, look, we are this is not a magic pill. You're gonna have to do more of these because I don't have it, but like this is what you're supposed to be feeling. I bet you they'll do one private a month. And for some of those people, it's all you want, right? So like all your people in classes who struggle and you don't have enough spine correctors, I would just invite them to do a session. Yeah. Because once they understand, they might not be able to practice it, but it will change the Pez dispenser neck or the lower back pushing forward. They'll know the difference. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard. Yeah. But I'm so sorry. I wish I could tell you, oh, it's great. I just don't think it is. Also, that plastic, I don't. Is there any value? I mean, I'm sure, you know what? I mean, there's value in a lot of shitty things, but I think it's just going to frustrate you. So, and also just like all the movement, plus then someone's my hip is in the plastic thing, you know what I mean? The barrel, my shoulder hurts because the Bosu's sinking down. I just think that they have to have way more shoulder stability to do the side sit-ups on there. And so I wouldn't, but I do think you have other tools, to teach them. You can also go to a wall and do a straight arm on the wall. Practice your star, right? Okay, now just hold your hand on your hip. Okay, the top leg is going to stay low and go forward. Okay, it's going to go back. So I would do it on a wall standing. Okay, it's going to go up and down because I think you're going to get shoulder stability. Their bottom hip has to hold them up. Their top, you know what I mean? They can't kick that far. Yeah, that's what I would do. Yeah, yeah. Okay, star on the wall. Um, it is on a diagonal. How low it is on the diagonal depends on their strength. The lower you go, the harder it is. But I will say on a wall, you can't go too low before it feels really unstable. You have to switch to a ladder barrel rung. Yes, you can use the ballet bar. You can use at the CPs, you can use ballet bar. So I'll show you guys tomorrow or Sunday how you can use the ladder rungs for a lot of side so star prep can be done there. At my house, I have that ladder on the wall, and by Sunday we should have AC. So the lower you go, the closer it gets to be in the reformer level, and then you can go to the reformer and do star. Yeah, totally, totally. Yeah. Okay, so OG Christine, did I miss any small barrel or spine corrector exercises?
No, you got them all.
Slide. Okay, so we are doing great on time. Um, we have time for some more questions, but before we do that, I need everyone to type in the chat for OG Christine to make note of for tomorrow. Tomorrow's person. If you've worked with everyone in the afternoon group, you don't have to write anything. But if you haven't worked with everyone in the afternoon group, you need to type in the chat who you have not worked with. Because our goal is to make sure you meet as many people as possible. No, it can be you could have worked with them in the weekend, or you can interesting. So if you worked with them, if you like worked with people when we did breakout rooms before, then that's fine. But if you didn't, but you worked with them outside of a weekend, just like, it's possible you've worked with everybody. It's also possible there's like two people you haven't worked with. Okay. Did everyone get theirs in? All right. So OG Christine, just make notes of that for tomorrow's person. All right. So we've got a good 15 minutes of just questions. So what's on your heart? It doesn't have to be barrels related, but it can be. Is there any exercises you want us to review? Um, I know some of you have seen them twice today, so like it's easy to be like, oh, I got it. But some of you only saw it once today, and you're allowed to be the person who dominates the questions. It's totally fine. Go ahead, Amy.
Should I mute? Okay. So I've noticed that I'm quite rounded forward in my shoulders, but I seem to have the bendability to fix that. So the arm series would be good for me. But when I noticed that I was on the spine corrector doing the up down, it was really hard for me to keep my blades on the spine corrector. But that's the goal, right? So I can only bring my arms down as far as that my blades stay on. And is that because my chest is tight?
I don't know if your chest is tight. It could be your like your neck is tight. It is. Yeah, your neck. She's saying her neck is tight. So can we? Let's just show everyone, right? Let's go over there. Oh, gee, Christine, will you spotlight this pink one? So go ahead and set up with the bar. Yeah. Oh, fascinating. Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's do it both on the king side and the queen side because you can do both. Do this side first. Yeah. So grab the bar. Just do the bar one. And find your back. Okay. So it's okay that, so her back is not completely touching because she's not that bendy yet. But someday this will be here and this will be here. So what I want is this. Yeah. Uh-huh. So yes, now anchor your legs like they're doing double straight leg stretch. A little more butt than quads. There you go. Okay. Now, start with your arms up here. Okay. Inhale your arms back. As they go back, this has to reach. Yeah. And then exhale, your arms go down only as far as they can. Uh-huh. That's as far as she can go because she can't keep her back on. So that's it. So now just do one more, just so we know it's not a made up thing. Okay. Now go to the queen side and let's just see if we have a different range of motion. Because it may be, Amy, that for right now you need to be on this side for your arm series. Hmm. And so that's go get someone to massage that. Yeah. And so you can be in the step because you're flexible, or you could be on the step. See if you can be in the step. Yeah. So yeah, see if you can be back. Okay. Because like someday this is your rocking, right? So okay, squeeze your legs together. And then inhale, arms overhead. And then it looks a little like you're hanging off. So start over. Take your arms to the ceiling. Pull it apart. Pull the bar apart. Yes. And knuckles up. Yes. Okay. Now only go back as far as you keep all this on. Yeah, this looks a little short, but it's getting better. Now lift your arms up and exhale. See how low you can go. Oh, you can almost go lower on the other side. And then inhale over. I think you're going off your back. That looks, yeah, like your armpits stretch out. Yeah. Go ahead and grab your head and roll up. Slide your tailbone off. hmm Yeah, get your like sacrum like flat on that. Okay, now go overhead. Okay, now try to get this to match. So yeah. Yes. And then lower. So I think as bendy as you are, it's not yet strong. Yeah. That makes sense? So it's annoying, but I would come back to this, build the strength, and then go over. Or if like you can do a set here and then slide over into the big back bend and do it with the weights. And you know what I mean? But like, I just don't think that you're able to stay in your strength in that back bend yet. The only way to get connected to the barrel is with strength. Yeah. 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 No more. I don't want you to overdo it if you're, yeah, today. But yeah, feels okay in your neck. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, like you're looking down at your clients all day. So you're all over a computer all day. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like to answer Laura's question, like when I'm over the barrel, yes, I have the flexibility to be over the barrel, but I literally, so I can slide down, but I'm not relaxed over this barrel. I, I am like ready to do swan. Like I feel like I could swim, right? Swan. So if I was resting, right? So you gotta pull. So my back, my sacrum isn't sticking out, but it is pushing back as my legs push forward. Oh, this is gonna feel so sore in the best way tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great question. What else, guys? Yeah. Uh-huh. So Anne's saying she's gonna start in the small barrel. Yes. Oh, she's asking what she should get first. So the goal, Anne, is that your shoulders are wide and you're extending. And so I would do ribs and head, ribs and head, right? If you can get your head before your ribs, that's fine, but ribs and head. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Vero.
I think the part that I struggle with most in terms of like implementation is the neck piece. Because I know how people are just like so cautious about their neck and most, I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if everyone agrees with this, but I feel like that's one of the biggest things people complain about is like, I can't, my neck hurts when I do my ab series. And it's always the neck, because people don't have the strength, don't have the mobility in their neck.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so like to what point, is it beneficial in the beginning to give them a little bit of props to support their head so that they don't like freak out when we put them on the on the spine correction?
So So I first of all, you're gonna put them on the queen side, right? And you can put their sacrum, just air that their sacrum's gonna be on the step. That mostly will get their heads down. They might not be aligned correctly or in any extension, but then most of their heads down. Here's the deal. I think sometimes we tell people too soon about their neck. Like, is your neck okay? How's your neck? Is your neck okay? So I Sandy Shimoda taught forget which city she was in, but she just basically grabbed a woman kind of off the streets. She'd never met her before. She taught her a reformer session. She put her on a spine corrector, and her head was like more off than Anne's, just like. And she's like, "Oh, is this bothering your neck?" She's like, "Well, I'm not comfortable." She's like, "But are you in pain?" And she said, "No." So first of all, with your clients, you do need to ask them if they understand the difference between discomfort and pain. Sally Joe is very clear on discomfort or uncomfortability and pain. We were talking about this the other day. So I would ask them that. If they're in discomfort, get them through the exercises. Don't take too long. Some of you are trying to correct and cue and move. No. Okay, great. Ready? We're going to do three. We're going to come out of it. Circle the arms around one. They're going to do these circles wrong. Whatever, doesn't matter. Get those arms overhead. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Reverse it. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Okay, grab your head. Roll up. Okay, this time we're going to do one arm up, one arm down. Okay, go back. Inhale, exhale. Right, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Right, do a few. Grab your head, curl up. Okay, one more. Hug. So make them up when you're showing them. It's going to look like this and it's go like this, right? Okay, go back. I promise you their head's going to go back. Sue and Anne, because they trust me, we did a session last time they were here. Neither of their heads touched the barrel on the clean side. And Sue, did we get yours down on the barrel by the end? We got Sue's. Anne's got closer. Anne's got closer. Neither of them had neck pain the next day. Now, if they are saying, no, it is painful, the first question I have for you is like, are they really ready for this exercise? Should we be at a wall? Like, should we be trying to get their head, shoulders, forearms, hands to a wall? Because if they can't get this back, that's their homework. Okay, guess what? You can't do this until you can get this. So, uh, Amy, can you show them like, um, go to that wall. Just go to that wall. Christine, will you spotlight the mat wall? So, okay, so her feet are going to be off the wall. I don't make people do the feet on the wall. Heels, the other toes apart. And then there. So, Amy, do you feel how your head, you feel like you have a double chin, yeah? and her elbows and her hands are on the wall. Her left arm's having a little hard time than her right arm. Now, Amy, can you breathe your low ribs and low back into the wall? Okay, that's fine. Okay. So if their arms can't be on the wall, I want their head on the wall. If their head can't be on the wall, then I'm like, okay, this is what we have to do. And now she's going to lower her arms and lift her arms and lower her arms and lift. And this is stretching the front of her chest. While do you feel it in your upper back, Amy, at all? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. Don't, that's as high as I want you to go. You're going too high. Yeah. And then go down and find your lats. And then it's okay. We'll turn it back on. There we go. Yeah. Look, I want more low ribs. So your arms might not be on the wall. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if, yeah, so that's the goal. So that's what I would do with them. So I would just take them off and go, no problem. And then guess what you can do with Amy? Take your arms forward, Amy. Straight arms forward. Okay, Amy, draw some circles. Inhale up, exhale around. Inhale up, exhale around. Okay, all right, reverse it. Inhale up, exhale around. Ribs on, head on, shoulders on, right? If they can't get their head on, Vero, they're just doing a double chin and working it back and back and back. Okay, Amy, inhale, one arm up, one arm down. Exhale, inhale. So I can teach them the choreography and get this because it's possible that they're, do you feel that? That's good? Yeah? Yeah. I think that's why they're struggling is the pain is that this isn't working. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you. So Vera, that's what if now, here's the deal. Have I ever propped someone's head up with a pillow? If you're going to do it, what I like to do, I don't think I have them at this house. Sorry, guys, is I will take one of those mats from the reformer and I can roll it up and put it right here, right under their like occiput. And that just kind of tilts their chin in a little bit and makes them feel better. Okay. If I have to do a full-on pillow, no, we got to figure out a way, open things up because now you're just pushing their head forward. Now, people with severe kyphosis, their head is going to be forward. So we have to go a wall for a while. Swan preps on the mat. It might be too much to put them on a barrel if they don't have the neck ability to hang back. So you get to decide what you want to do with people, but I find that if you prop them up with an actual pillow, unless you have gone out and invested in a little bit smaller and a little bit smaller and a little bit smaller, you can't ever remove the pillow, you know, because we got to stretch this. Yeah. It's not a pillow that I would give them. I just roll up a towel and tilt their head in, but like maybe they need to be on a reformer first.
Leslie, what
One
about
second. Hold on one second. So Laura's saying, what about the people who like are so far forward when they lie down, they're like in a Pez dispenser already. So those people shouldn't be in fucking classes, period. End of story. Like not. Like they shouldn't. They're there. They should be on a reform with the headrest up. And that should be enough, right? That should be enough. And also a squishy ball is fine. Put it behind their head. I wouldn't go out. The neck pillows, they're beautiful. They're overpriced as fuck. And they're huge. And they're only supporting the neck in that shape. They're not teaching the neck the shape you want. It's like people padding up the scoliosis people. All you're doing is padding up all of their curves. So there needs to be an actual conversation about discomfort versus pain. This is not comfortable because it's not where your head normally sits on your body, but are you in pain? And that is the conversation I would have, you know? But I don't put it under their neck. I put it behind their head at the occiput to kind of get the neck to allow itself to find home. If you put it behind the neck, you're just propping the neck in the shape that it's always in. So I put it behind the head. Yeah. All right, Christine.
Kind of what you were doing with Amy. Would you also maybe do that? What's your thought about doing that same similar series on a foam roller with letting the head go
No,
out? No. Okay.
no. The foam rollers, it's not enough feet. Like you can't put it like horizontal underneath their back because now their head's on the floor. It's too much of a back bend for a lot of people. And along their spine, it's not an arch at all. You're
Hmm.
actually just teaching the shoulders to be over a foam roller. So
I
if
guess,
somebody needs to stretch their chest, they should just lie on the foam roller before they come like this.
yeah, I was saying like just to teach the choreography might be a, but not
Mm,
like I was thinking
I
like a
guess you
teaching.
can. I guess you can. I just don't have a foam roller because I don't use them.
Yeah.
Like there's so much information that there's like nothing good about rolling your fascia. So like I don't have a foam roller, so I also want them to do their homework and I would rather teach them on the wall and tell them you have to do this every day at home or at your office. So I personally don't do that. Um, if you were to do that, what I would just say is it's a very pre-Pilates move. I wouldn't call it Pilates and I make sure that you know what I mean? But like I don't the problem with the foam roller is the shoulder blades retract over the foam roller. That's not what I want. I want the shoulders wide on something.
I guess you could do if you did that, you could put those styrofoam moon boxes on their shoulders. I mean, I know we're just like getting
Now you look like a yoga teacher who's trying to bring 17 props out to do shoulder stand, babe.
well,
No, that's what a wall is for. You have a wall, you have a perfectly good wall that you already pay rent for.
actually don't. That's the unfortunate thing. I have mirrors everywhere and very little wall space. I have like 1,300 square feet and like one person
You
can
have a floor.
yeah, they can lay on the floor.
Yes. And then teach them and go, you do this on a wall.
Yeah.
And maybe you have to get rid of a mirror so you can have a perfectly good wall space. Maybe there's a hallway. Maybe there's a wall on the outside of the building. Maybe there's a door. You don't have a mirror on your door. So lock the door so it can't open, put them on there. Like I would use a wall before I would use a foam roller. I want them to do their homework. I want the homework to be as least obstacles as possible. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Kristen. And then we're gonna wrap up questions. So just write them down for tomorrow.
Um, I guess I'm just curious, what are you trying to teach them on the wall besides the choreography? Is that going to help their neck not or their forward head
So
posture
yeah,
eventually?
this is
I'm
for
not
someone.
super familiar
Yeah,
with those exercises.
it's literally just taking the arm series and putting it on the wall. Um, and all it is, Kristen, is like if they can't be on the barrel, they cannot be an extension. Their thoracic is so tight or it's so round or their neck is so far forward. Putting them on the wall teaches them the tall back that they don't have because they're in flexion essentially. So then you get them to a tall back, and then that breaks up some of that tightness, that fascial tightness. And then I can teach them extension. Some people are so tight you can't extend them. So you're just putting them, they look like a stiff board on top of a barrel. If that is what they look like, they don't become the shape. We got to go to the wall. And it's possible you could be doing this with them from day one. You could do the first session. Okay, let's go to the wall. Let's just see if you can get your head, your shoulders, your ribs back, your butt back. Oh, okay, you can't. This is homework. Do it every day until I see you again. So if those people come in like the studio like this, I promise you, they cannot get their shoulders on the wall. This is for them. Okay. So this will really teach them things and it will benefit everything that you're doing. So
And
it's not just to get the
eventually,
choreography, it's to help them open up their chest and get their head back over their spine.
and eventually they will if you keep doing it with them. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I had a client, he was a dentist for 40 years. So talk about kyphosis, right? And so we did first of all, I did make him do pull straps facing down. And everyone's like, no, he's so kyphotic. It's like, no, he has to work away from gravity. Does this bother your neck? And he's like, no. And he would do it. It was ugly. You guys, it was so ugly. There was no point in saying shoulders back. His shoulders did not go back. Another reason why you can't talk Pilates and show body. His shoulders could not go back. I couldn't even grab his shoulders and pull them back. So tight, right? Then we'd end on the wall. Hey, can you head back? Can you get this back? Once he could do that, we added in the small barrel with him. It took us 5 years to bring in the small barrel. Now, homeboy did not do his homework, nor did he come more than one time a week. But we had a small barrel in, all of a sudden, everything, right? But I couldn't put him on the small barrel before he could do that because he would be like, he would just look like a fucking dead body. Like, like he couldn't do it. And that did bother his neck because his head would too much pez out. For some people, it's just tight. So their head is just going straight out. Other people, it's like that. It's those people like Laura was talking about, like they're too weak. So we gotta teach people. And then to where this all came from, and then I'm gonna wrap up this rant, is people's necks are weak because they don't work them. They do not work them. And they have these sore necks because their heads weigh a fuck ton and they don't work their necks. The amount of people who are scared of a headstand, they're scared of crap because, oh my God, I'm going to have all this weight on my neck. You don't have weight on your neck. It's like this much. The weight you have on your neck is less than what your head is carrying. So we actually are trying to help people have amazing lives. We have to strengthen their neck. So for those people who are worried about their neck, grab that magic circle, push, push. We did it on the first weekend, put it on the sides, train their necks, put it behind, train their necks, start training their necks, do it on all the sides, do it here, do it, train their necks. Then, okay, once that is less scary, let's bend them over a barrel. I once that's so then you use the barrels out, prop them up. But if people are feeling their necks, one, if they are overworking them, they're going to feel it. So we need to change how they're curling up. But two, like we have to strengthen these. I was watching F1. I think we talked about this in one of the calls. Oh, did anyone watch the movie F1? Did you see Brad Pitt do it? Did anyone watch F1? Oh, you all missed out. You don't even need to like F1. In fact, if you like F1, you'll hate the movie. Go watch it. Or Google Brad Pitt side planks F1. He puts his head on a bed and his body in a side plank, and he holds himself up with his head. Then he rolls over, holds himself up in a plank with his head, rolls over, like he's doing all these things. Why? Because race track drivers, they're so strapped in, but the only thing that can move is their head because they have to be able to look. So this is happening at 200 miles an hour, whatever they go. So they have to strengthen their neck. Football players, most of them strengthen their neck by shrugs, but I strengthen my football players' necks by working full extension, full flexion, we did lots of neck stretcher stuff, right? Which is called the neck strengthener. So I would just say, Beryl, like, how can we introduce the magic circle or some neck strengthening exercises early on? So, like when I say hands interlaced behind the head, I literally tell people, take your thumbs. You guys can do this right now. Interlace your hands behind your head, but then take your thumbs and feel your neck muscles. Do you feel that? Do you feel how turned on those are? Okay, now do a hundred scroll, but push your head into your hands. So they're still working. They're still working, but now does the front of your neck hurt? No, because the back of your neck is holding the neck in place, holding that bowling ball in place, right? So the reason why your hands are not like this on your head in double leg stretch and crisscross and side sit-ups is because it has to be back here activating the back of your neck. Yeah? Cool. If we still want to talk about this tomorrow, let's put a pen in it and save it. Okay, really quick, 30 seconds. Write down somewhere or memorize in your head one, two, or three mat exercises you struggle with. One, two, or three. All you got is one, just write it down. But I like a couple because it's fun. All right. Amy, what are the mat exercises you wrote down?
I have teaser, hip circles, but also side kicks, like sideline kicks.
Oh, yeah, I've seen your sideline kicks. I know. Okay, so on the small barrel or spine corrector, I think let's talk about the side kicks because I think that's a fun wobble you have. I want to do the small barrel arm series or the spine corrector arm series to help you understand how your arms and shoulders and strengthen your shoulder girdle so you have something to stand on. I then want to do the leg series so you can see how your pelvis can be still and you move your legs. That's what I want to do to help your side kicks. Yes, we could do side kicks, obviously, but I think that those two are gonna, if you think about how they could stabilize your girdles, then your center could have, you know what? Let's add in a little swan to stabilize that center. Okay. All right, Amy, pick somebody.
Gary.
I chose neck pull, shoulder bridge, and kneeling side kicks.
Yes, yes. I thought that you
I
were just
can't
going
do
to
it
go
all.
around. I see. Okay, I see. I see. Okay, so it's neck pull, shoulder bridge, kneeling side kick. So wait, oh my gosh. Okay. So for neck pull, shoulder bridge. Oh, well, what about the leg series, scissors and bicycle? I'm like, that's sweet. Right? Maybe. And then did you do the shoulder bridge? Right. Right. Okay. Have you tried it on the spine corrector with your feet and your hips stay down?
My God. Flexors are super tight.
Right. So then perhaps the leg
Could you
series.
do it with a small barrel though? Could you do it with your shoulder with the small barrel? Can you get your feet on the step and not kick a leg up on the spine corrector?
Right. These.
Okay. So if she's warm, she can't. So I like where Amy is going with this, and I think no kicks, but just find your shoulder bridge.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but she's got to be warmed up beforehand. So the order be should just be warmed up. So you got to do your leg series before you do your shoulder bridge. Yeah. Which exercise are you helping her with, Amy?
Well, I got that's the shoulder bridge and but then
Oh, you don't
the
have to solve all of them. Just pick one.
oh.
You're good. We're not
Okay.
solving all the world. I'm just letting people give you multiple options so
Right.
that you can choose which one you want to play with.
Well, I'm a little bit stumped on neck pull, truthfully, so maybe we can explore that one a little
Oh,
bit.
okay.
So, would she do then the ab series with the barrel behind her back?
I love that.
Sweet.
I
Okay.
love that. And you know what? The 100 as well.
Right. Okay.
And I still think the shoulder bridge will help her neck pull. She's got to open up her hips. I still think the leg
Right.
series. Yeah.
And what was the third one? Oh, yes, kneeling side kicks. Well, then, but she could just do the side kicks on the barrel.
Maybe.
Right.
What do you struggle with your kneeling side kick? Is it opening the front of the hip or getting the leg up?
Mm,
You know, your hips can stack, no problem. Okay. I think so I'm gonna jump in. Your kneeling side kicks will get better when your shoulder bridge gets better.
uh,
So I would say focus on the neck pull and the shoulder bridge, and the kneeling side kicks will get better. And then it will reveal what we really have to work on once you've got that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
thank you.
So Carrie's gonna pick a person that's not gone, and they're gonna tell you all their mat problems, and then you can just pick the one you want to play with. You don't have to fix everything.
I'm gonna pick Sue.
Well, I would say for me, I tend to have problems with, oh, what do I have problems with? The high scissors and the high bicycle for sure. I don't, side bend is another one I have problems with. And I'm always working on that, the neck pull and thigh stretch.
So with high scissors and high bicycle, what is the most challenging part of that?
I think it's keeping that pelvis slightly tilted so that I'm reaching out and getting that reach out, I think. If I
Hmm.
could do it over my head, it would be fantastic. But since that's not how that actually works.
Okay. I think the leg series can help with that. Getting the frogging out on that low diagonal, turning on the seat, doing your bicycles there, your scissors there, and notice where you can get that reach.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
What?
Okay. I did not say that, but that's lovely. I like that.
What? I couldn't hear what you said.
Okay.
You've, I was telling her like it might be worth playing with doing some of the overhead exercises with your hips on the barrel.
Ah, yeah.
So
Okay.
like just getting used to being on your shoulders
Mm-hmm.
because the reason why a lot of people have the hot problem with the high scissors and bicycle and going away from them is that their chest starts
Mm-hmm.
to lift up. Oh, and so for that, she should do her arm series as
Mm,
well.
mm. Yeah. 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 Okay. Cool.
Great job. Great work, Carrie. All right, Sue, who are you gonna pick?
I'll pick Ann.
That is so cheating, but okay, I'll let you.
Okay, so as you know, jackknife, swimming, and swan.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, so I would say for swan, we could practice the swimming and the swan on the barrels. I think that would help with that extension. Those would be a couple of the big ones I think we could do. And then even the arm series to work on that arm back connection, I think would be another good one.
Yeah, I agree. I think those will go really well. Her jackknife will get better when she has something to
Mm-hmm.
stand on, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and who are you gonna pick?
Okay, Laura.
So I have many. um, let's go with open leg rocker, kneeling side kicks, and jackknife.
Oh, and you can pick one of those to work on the barrel.
Okay, so I mean, open leg rocker would be the overhead. You still would you do arm series to help with to know to get the spine up? I mean, because you really have to have that connection to be able to hold on.
I mean, everyone can do the arm series, but
Yeah,
I like what you're going with that because it works the straight arms
yeah,
and it works the arms from the back. Because if she loses that connection, there's
yeah.
nothing to balance on. So I think you're right on. But what else?
Okay. Um, when were you on the back and you go back overhead? Were you in front of the barrel, or and you come back over the side? So your legs are there. I'm not finding the name of it though. Overhead exercise. So roll over because then you and even jackknife because you got to be able to come up and support that.
So using her hips on the top of the barrel to practice her like rolling down. Is that what you want?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I think that's going to get that center. You have to really engage your center to do that, and that's part of open leg rocker. Is you got to be able to have that connection.
Um, I think that's worth trying. I think jackknife and a rollover could be really good for that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I like it. Okay, Laura. Oh, also, I just want to say, can you mute Ann? Sorry. There we go. I think with open leg rocker, you should also do the leg series because to teach the legs to move from the center and reach. And there's a lot of hamstring opening stuff. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Laura, who are you gonna do?
Who did we not pick yet? Vera.
So Vera, what do you struggle with?
I would love help with rocking. Somebody already mentioned high scissors and bicycle, and also rollover.
I'm sorry, I missed the first one.
Rocking.
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 Oh, okay. Hmm. All right, we'll go with high scissors, you said high scissors, high bicycle, yes? Okay. And then rollover? Okay, let's go with rollover. I would have you do the hips on the barrel and work the rollover from there. And then also the leg series.
I like it. I think you're good.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be fun. Vero, report back to us. Your turn. Who are you gonna pick?
I'll pick Christine.
All right, Christine, what are you struggling with?
Um, I answered this earlier, so I have more specific things. So my side bend is better, but being on both feet stacked is still feels hard because
I love this. Christine's like, I need more nuance. Thank you.
okay, so having my feet stacked, okay, I got a weird foot, so that's one. Two, I want to build my headstand out of crab. I've not done that. That's number two.
Mm.
And then three, my shoulder bridge rocks, but not with my hands under my hips. So how do I get my hands under my hips? Like I can do it. I've done it like once or twice, but
Oh.
keep my hands there. I've only done it
Mm.
once or twice where it didn't hurt my elbow. Like my hips were high enough. So how do I get
Mm.
my yeah, that's so those are my things.
Well, gosh, there's a lot of options there. For shoulder bridge, I'm thinking working on what was it called? The back bend. Uh hold on, I will find it. Working the high bridge. I think working the high bridge would be really good. Just in order to get that nice deep extension for the hips there. To find room for your hands under your pelvis. And for the headstand crab, I'm leaning towards what was it called? Hold on. The one where we'll find it. Give me a second. So one where she was going legs and head, whatever it was called. Legs circles onto the head. There we go. Leg circles onto the head. I think that one would be really good to learn, how she was explaining not to just like drag your head, but actually like actively place it as the legs are moving forward so that even though you're not doing flexion in that situation, you're doing extension, but it's the same concept, just an inverse, to get that control of the neck and the head in that very dynamic sort of situation. I don't know. It's my thought.
Cool. I think that was creative. I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be fun. So, Christine, good luck. Yeah. I also think that for you, Christine, practicing that leg circles on the head without coming up too high or sliding. So because of your little new, it's going to be, once you nail that, I think you're going to really figure out how you move from your center. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, who hasn't gone?
So Christine, I don't think we've had, Shannon hasn't gone, Melissa hasn't gone. Kristen, have you gone? Okay. You had a few choices.
Oh, Shannon.
Did I miss anyone? Okay, Shannon.
Um, I struggle with things that are atypical that you wouldn't expect. Um, I fell on my neck and shoulder 25 feet from up in the air from a motocross accident, and my whole entire arm currently is numb because of what we did earlier today.
Mm.
So, shoulder bridge and high bicycle, I hate because it turns my hand numb. It's also because I have an impingement in my neck.
Mm.
I do not like shoulder bridge with the foot all the way out on the floor because my legs are shorter than my torso and my center pops and it hurts my back in the center. And I have scoliosis from all of that and a connective tissue disorder. So I hate high bicycle and I hate shoulder bridge, but not from the reason you think.
Yeah. Well, then I would play with a lot of things people already said, like leg series and such, but with the small barrel so that you're not putting as much pressure on the neck and the thoracic where the curve is much less, um, uh, so that you're less thoracic extension. You have way more support. So I would play with the leg series. Um, uh, all the leg stuff. Let's see what else. I mean, the leg series has so much good stuff in it, but I guess my main thought to you would just be small barrel would be the place to work, even though your body can do the bigger shapes since it has that response. I think small barrel is a better place for you to do a lot of the same
Hmm.
leg series work until it feels and you get out of it. And maybe also then working on going to the spine corrector and doing the ab series with your shoulders against the king side so that you can practice releasing any unconscious tension in that neck as you work your 100 and some of your series of 5 from
Hmm.
the king side with the support against
Hmm.
your upper backs, getting the neck out of it a little bit if that's a feature for you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shannon, the king side looked a little like your neck was a little more pinched than the queen side. And so I don't know, unfortunately, you did both in the same day. But as you practice, I wonder if one, or if you have a small barrel, that would be a more ideal spot, just to see if it's like maybe it's too much of a back bend, and so your neck is taking a little extra. But I think that that
Yeah.
neck impingement
The
is that
neck
what
takes
does,
extra all the time.
yeah,
I literally fell, my feet were here and my head
yeah,
and neck were down here. I landed on it.
yeah.
So it doesn't really matter what it is.
So
Oh,
the
honestly, the clear barrel feels better,
yeah, yeah, I think
even though
so. I
I
can
have
see
to
that.
prop higher.
Yeah, I also think like to Christine's point, if you had a small barrel, I think I would like to see that stretched out just to keep the neck loose. But the other thing is like I wouldn't play with leg circles onto the head, um, or the big high bridge and on the same day that you're doing everything else. Like I would just make sure because we did so many extensions today. Like you would not normally do all of those in one day. So I would just like be mindful in your own practice when you're doing that. Yeah. Keep us posted, but then Shannon gets to pick either Kristen or Melissa.
All right, Melissa.
Okay, babe, let's see if your voice is still there.
Yeah, it's here. It's like 2 octaves lower. Um, okay, I control balance is still one I'm trying to feel better in. Crab, my crab could be better. Boomerang, some rolling stuff. So have at it.
Yeah, I would go through leg circles for you first. The leg series on the barrel, and then um, that inverted rollover where your feet go into the crevice, and then go straight into from there, practicing your control balance. I'd go jackknife a few times and then go control balance to see how that felt. The practice that.
That makes sense. I like it.
Yeah.
Melissa,
Mhm.
you get Kristen. And then just OG Christine heads. Do we skip anybody? Everyone got to go, right? So then OG Christine, you have to give Kristen something. All right, Melissa, you get Kristen.
Okay.
I struggle with my extension, so swan, swimming, rocking, and then um, also kneeling side kicks and crab.
Mm, yeah. Yeah. Arm series. Here we go. That's such a good base for everybody. I'm like, let's do it. And then of course, like transitioning into, I mean, the same things on the barrel, right? The swan and swimmers. And how was it feeling for you today, Kristen?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was using the foam spine corrector, and tomorrow I can use the classical barrel, so I'm excited to try those and see the
Yeah.
difference.
Okay. Okay. And then you said crab, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, some of the leg series too, I would think, on the barrel. Um, yeah, the in and out, the probably the whole thing is beneficial, I would think. So yeah. Um,
I think you're right, Melissa. You only have to fix one exercise. Amy is the one who
okay.
tried to do them all. So you're good. You nailed it.
Okay. All right.
Kristen,
Thank
you
you.
get OG Christine. OG Christine, what are you struggling with on the mat?
What? I've got them all down. Just
Give
kidding.
them all, just pick one.
Um, high scissors, high bicycle.
All right, Kristen, she struggled with high scissors and high bicycle. What on the barrels would you work with her on?
I would do the leg series
Hmm. I agree.
and uh, leg series. Um, that's the only one that's coming to my head. Maybe working on the inversions just to get our hips up or practicing that.
Yeah, I could see that. I think, and then the only thing I would say is, Christine, is it hard for you to stay on your shoulders, or is it hard for you
Mm.
to open your hips? What's the challenge?
It's hard to open the hips.
Okay, then what Kristen said is perfect. Yeah, I love it.
Opening my
Thank you.
hips.
Everyone
Yeah.
got to go, right? Okay. So now we'll start with Kristen. Kristen, what exercise do you feel confident in on the mat? Like I do this great.
Mm. Roll up.
Roll up. Okay. So let's pick Amy. Amy, if she's strong on her roll up, what would you give her on the spine corrector to like challenge that strength?
Well, I'm going to suggest the teasers. Would that be considered enough of a roll up?
It's not that it's enough of a roll up, it's what would challenge a roll up. I would agree that teaser would challenge a roll up, so we could see how that goes. Yeah,
Both
both.
facing in and facing out there.
All right, Kristen. All right. So then how do we do this? How does this order go? Okay, so now that so then Amy, you pick someone and they can ask you what you do well.
Great. Um, let's do Christine.
Christine. All right, Amy, tell Christine what you do well.
do a pretty good 100. It's taken me a long time and I can get my feet low and that's a miracle. But yeah, so that's what I think.
Um, okay, I got one for you. I would actually say then do your swimming and see if you can find your 100 in the swimming, the pulling to lift your chest up, which is really like a reverse 100.
Cool. I love it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's fun. All right, Christine, pick someone who gets to challenge you.
Sue.
All right. So, Christine, what do you slay it?
Um, Rollover.
All right, Sue, she's got a great rollover. What are you going to give her?
Rollover. The challenge for more, I guess I would try some of the overhead exercises to
Well,
really get those
I'm going to
legs
challenge
going
you a little
here.
bit, Sue.
Yeah,
She already can
yeah.
do the roll. She can already do them, so she
You
doesn't
gotta
need
do
the
the
help.
rollover.
But there's something else that is similar to those that would challenge this rollover.
More of a roll up.
Nope.
Mm.
The legs are going to circle.
Oh, like leg circles?
But what kind?
The leg, uh, butt up in the air ones?
Close.
I don't know. Wait
Laura,
here.
what am I telling her?
Ah.
Leg circles on the head. Leg
Oh,
circles
leg
on the head.
circles on the,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
All
see
right.
like she can control
Yeah.
the descent? So let's
Yeah.
challenge it,
Yeah.
okay? All
Hmm.
right. It's late where you are. Don't worry about it.
Yes, it is.
All right, Sue, you get to pick someone to challenge you.
Um, how about uh who haven't we done? Kristen. Or did Kristen already went. So Laura.
Kristen already went.
Laura.
Okay, Sue, what do you get at good at?
Um, I would say I'm pretty good at um oh, what am I pretty good at? The crisscross.
Crisscross. Um, hmm. What is it called? Hang on. I gotta find the name of it. Is it the one with the leg kicked out? The can like looks like a can.
The hip
Hip
twist.
twist.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
the hips.
in the leg series. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think that and you can make her do crisscross on top.
Oh, like laying diet. Okay.
Yeah, if she thinks
All
she's
right, that's
good.
your homework,
Let's
Sue.
All right, Laura, pick someone to challenge you.
Um, where's Shannon? Shannon.
Open your muted, Shannon.
Push-ups.
Oh, hold on. Actually, save that for the next person, Shannon. Laura,
Sorry.
What
what
am
do
I
you
good at? Oh,
yeah.
What are you good at? Sorry.
not much.
We have to stop going, not much. Like you should feel like I'm really great at a lot.
Let's say spine twist.
Spine twist. Okay. She's got a good spine twist, Shannon.
Hmm. So I want you to sit up on top and do side to side, like short
Mm-hmm.
box and twist and reach.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want you to work a corkscrew with the hands on the spine corrector overhead, just to
Mm.
work through
Okay.
that from a descending.
Great.
Cool. Thank
And
you.
Not done
You should
yet,
even give me
Laura.
more.
that's about it. I'll be nice.
Thanks,
Okay.
Shannon.
All right, Shannon, pick who's going to challenge your push-ups.
Who's gonna challenge my push-ups? I don't know. Who wants to challenge my push-ups? Who's bidding high today?
Who's left? Is it Carrie, Ann, Melissa, and Vero?
Let's look at Vero.
All right, Vero. What are you going to give her if she slays at push-ups? Which I love her push-ups when she's on the floor mat. They're so strong.
I think I think working on the swim rocking grasshopper series would be a really nice challenge,
Mm,
you know. Yeah, kind of.
I like that. I like that because the grasshopper, you have to have a strong push-up so you don't slide around and all that rest and stuff. I think that's great. I'm in. I'm in. I can tell Shannon's cat doesn't listen to off or down. All right, Vero. Pick Carrie
23,
and her
20, 23 pounds.
23 pounds. Oh my gosh, that's a big cat. You have Melissa, Ann, or Carrie.
All right, let's go
Amy,
with
you haven't
Carrie.
given, you gave something, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll go with Carrie.
All right, Carrie, what do you slay at?
I think Carrie has to ask me first, right?
Oh, yeah, no, Carrie, what does Vero slay at? I'm sorry, all bets are off, guys. We're at the witching hour.
All right, what do you say
Uh,
at Vero?
I think I do a decent spine stretch forward.
Okay. You do that. Let me challenge you with your overhead exercises and see where we can keep that space in your spine stretch.
Mm,
Love it.
I like it. That's fun. All right, Carrie, Ann or Melissa?
And swimming. I'm pretty good at swimming.
Ann still wants to give her arm series. Okay. Swimming on top and the lake series. Great. Okay, we're in. Have fun, Carrie. Okay, Ann, tell Melissa what you slay at. Her 100 is really good. She's not going to unmute, so I'm just going to repeat for her.
Oh,
Don't worry,
okay.
I got you. I got you. Her 100 is really good, and it
Okay.
is. She doesn't keep her legs together, but she does a really good 100. She can
Hmm.
come up and down. It's amazing.
Wow. Okay. I actually think I want to challenge you with like teaser front and
Mm,
back on the um both ways, you know?
I love it. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in. I'm in.
Okay,
Maybe
sweet.
she'll keep her legs together.
Yeah.
Outed. Okay. So everyone has gone but Melissa. Yes? Yeah? Okay, Christine, OG Christine. Melissa, what do you slay at? OG Christine's gonna challenge you.
Oh, oh my gosh. I think I think I do a pretty good jackknife, actually. So,
What'd you give
Mm.
her, Christine, to challenge her?
Um, Control balance, holding the spine corrector overhead.
I love that
yes.
because she needs to work on her control balance. So we get to challenge her jackknife and help her control balance.
Two for one.
I love
Ah,
it.
okay.
So was this fun? We don't even know if we're good at what we just said. By the way, it doesn't even matter. It's about like understanding something that's a problem and then going, okay, where would I take them? That's what this is. And then in an ideal world, which we're not going to do today, but you would practice these things and you could report back. Oh, that actually was real. I did my mat and then I went to the spine coach and I did that and it did. I felt like it opened that up or challenged it more or it didn't do anything. Actually, though, it told me feel like I have this. Great. We as teachers do not have to be perfect at choosing the correct exercises. We have to be daring enough to listen to our gut and try something. And then, did we get what we want? Did it reveal, oh gosh, we thought Carrie couldn't curl up because it was her back, but actually it's her, you know what I mean? Like it helps. So it's about ditching the perfection of getting the right answer and instead starting to connect the dots with the system and how it works together and then trying it out. What will work for, since OG Christine struggled with high bicycle, but not on some of her shoulders. She struggled with open her hips. It's very different than Shannon's struggle with high scissors, high bicycle, because hers is actually about having an open shoulder girdle that doesn't pinch the neck and can have her hips there. So the two of them have the same struggle, but two different plans, right? So that is the goal of today, is so you guys can start to do this on your own. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, you said this will will help lead to this. All of that is made up. I literally, unless I said they must do this before they do this, anytime you've heard me say that, it's because I have just really understood, like, oh, you got to learn it on a non-moving platform. This is a really good one. Like, oh, if someone's really tight, I try this. Sometimes I have connected dots just talking to you guys without ever having connected them before, right? So this is all, it's just for fun. And then you try it out and you see oh, wow, that actually really worked. Okay, great. Keep doing it. Oh, it didn't work. Do we need more parts of the system, not just this? Maybe we don't need the arm series, maybe the wall, and we need to do X, Y, and Z, right? So all that is, you guys did a great job on day one. I know it's late for a lot of you, so good night. Thank you so much. Thank you for starting a little bit late. We went over so that we weren't, you didn't lose anything. And we'll come back tomorrow. We will be doing spine corrector and mat workout tomorrow. Not every spine corrector exercise, just a few of them. And then we're going to work on the ladder barrel. We have a lot to do on the ladder barrel. If questions come up, you think of something, you remember something, write it down so don't forget it. It won't plague your mind. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, Christine.
You're welcome.
You're amazing.
So are you.
Bye.
Love you, babe.
Love you. Bye.